what he did.
Everything's so off the cuff. It's just one of those like, yeah, well, we'll just figure it out as we go.
Exactly. Hello, everybody.
I love it.
Welcome to the Holiday Lost Initiative special. Totally planned, 100%.
Dude, that picture of John's awesome. And my head, am I a dwarf?
I moved you a little. I moved you.
You
It's a little
spelled my
delayed.
name wrong.
Oh, I spelled it differently. It's all right. I can fix it. Or I can leave it. That's all.
Mike,
That's all
you
that matters.
suck.
Listen, this was totally planned and not put together in 45 minutes in whatsoever. As you can see, we are currently missing one of our casts for the vampire show. So instead of canceling the show outright, we're gonna do a one-shot, a holiday 3-hour one-shot, with myself, Scott, and Maggie as the players, and Nika as the DM, and the Ghost of Christmas Past hanging out in the corner. So should be a good time. Should be a good time. We're gonna be playing D&D 5e. Specifically, and whatever world Nika throws us in, with whatever storyline she throws us in. We're gonna all be playing characters from different campaigns that we've all been a part of. So Thonk is revived for a single night, Christmas Miracle. Ingram is from one of Scott's other campaigns, and Doxy is from. Have you played Doxy before, or is it no? Just it's special for this. There you go.
This
We're
is
all
a brand new character from me to you.
hell yeah, and we're all going to be starting at level 7. So for those who are curious, so this will not be like a low level thing. It'll be like mid-level ish type of thing. Wait, is Thonk the Grinch? I mean, it might be. He would fit the Grinch role incredibly well. All right. Well, we can just go ahead and hand this over to Nika, and Nika can set the stage, what's going on, and we can just kind of jump in. Like I said, this could be an hour shorter than normal, but we should all have fun. Nika, take it away.
Thunk.
No, you
Great.
can't.
Roll initiative. You know what? You sneak attack, so just go for it. Hi, I'm Nika. I've done DMing a couple times. This is one that I've had that I did on Twitch once, so I'm hoping that this is still kind of new and interesting. Had I known that you are dead, this would have been a totally different campaign.
This is
I have a campaign for dead people.
He's not dead. He's alive for this particular world.
He is now, and that's great. But you know, like this is, and I understand how this could work. But like literally, I have a campaign for fucking dead people. Look at this cool ass notebook.
And that is cool.
It's a dead people campaign. It's really good. So had I known that both of you were very deadish, it would have worked out. But you three have found yourselves summoned into what you consider kind of an extra planar world. Within your hand, you had a small dust-like feather showed up, and the moment that you touched it, or kind of actually took a real look at it, you feel brought to another plane. None of you have ever been here before. This is different. Son of a bitch, where are my notes? Where are they? I have an entire notebook, and it's mostly gibberish, because obviously.
Doxy, I guess, appears in this other area, and she's holding this feather, and she's just like, "Oh, that's curious."
The feather almost falls away to dust in your hands. It looked so delicate. It looked just like it was made of dust, and it would have gone away. And now it has. You are next to, there are 3 of you standing in this place, which is, all of it is kind of shining. It's almost like a pious person's idea of heaven. It is high ceilinged, loaded with books. You are unsure of how vast this place is. There are hallways moving out and about in every direction. The walls themselves are glowing of their own accord in a way. It's almost hard to look at a lot of these places, but you can definitely tell that there are people here, or at least that there are beings. It's sort of like small, are those chicken fingers? That looks amazing.
Now there are chicken fingers in heaven.
I'm so hungry now. I did not eat lunch today. I worked through lunch, and I was just like, "Oh."
I'm gonna be doing so much talking and stuff, and I'm just like staring at my plate of food, going like, "Fuck this." Okay. Right. We have to. Right. Quill's here. There we go.
Just so you know, I'm sure between Dalric and I, we can totally RP for a good 20 minutes and let you eat.
I am good.
Yeah, all right, so as soon as I appear, I of course use Divine Sense. I mean, come on.
Divine Sense? Almost everything is glowing, but you wouldn't actually consider it, it depends on your definition. You are in an extraplanar world.
Mm-hmm.
And it is clear that you are not where you could be. This small ball of light brings itself up to you. You notice that there are a lot of them. It's almost like wisps.
Mm-hmm.
They're something, they don't look humanoid. They look kind of like these floating, they're floating intelligences is kind of what you're getting out of this. You're tingling a little bit. And none of you have met, right?
No.
Oh,
okay.
no.
Okay.
We're about
I
to.
have to make sure of that because it's very funny. So you, all of a sudden...
Scott, we got to make it an hour in before one of us is dead.
I'm not as nice as Splat. We'll figure it out.
Yeah. It kills you. You lost. So of the three of you, one particular little ball of light creeps up and it says hello and asserts itself. Hello. And it seems very pleased to see you, even because it's kind of bouncing around a little bit. And it's excited. You can tell it's like a little bit more staticky than the other ones are. And you're kind of, this is a very unusual thing. And it's like, don't be afraid. This is just how we do things. Hello, my name is Quill, and I'm going to help you on this mission for which you were summoned. It looks at every single one of you. And again, feel free to interrupt me at any time if you want role-playing things, because I am so ready to be interrupted always.
Okay, so
Hello, Quill. I kind of have my own things going on, so if you want to speed up the process and let me know what's happening, that'd be great.
Did
we got this.
Did it register as good or evil or neither? When I use Divine Sense?
I would say mostly on the good side.
Okay, cool. Then I'm actually going to be in a good mood.
Entirely, but certainly not evil.
Are you? Is this like an AO? Is Divine Sense like an AOE thing? Because you're just gonna. I reek of evil. That's the problem.
Mean, the presence of strong evil registers on your senses like a noxious odor, and the powerful good rings like heaven, like heavenly music in your ears.
Oh, I smell. I reek. I am a pungent odor of absolute evil.
I'm sorry. Tell them your name.
My name?
Yeah, it's Reek. It was Irie. Yeah.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
If the powerful good sounds like rings or chimes, this is a harmonica. It's somewhat similar. I mean, there is some noises to be had. It is not evil. It is not bum bum bum, but it is certainly like, okay, well that's adjacent. So Quill looks at you or what you presume would be looking, stares at Doxy and kind of giggles in a harmonica style way.
What does Quill look like?
I don't know what to do.
What does Quill look like?
Moving ball of light.
All right.
Sphere, head-esque. You can almost see some kind of features.
As Doxy asked that question, she's also like intriguingly looking at this creature and trying to figure out how it works, because that's how she thinks.
Yeah, it's just like, how do I deconstruct this thing? He looks particularly, it's probably a he. They're mostly they, because from what you are gathering, there is no corporeal form for them. And he goes, you have all been brought here because of your extraordinary abilities and the things that you have done. He looks at Thonk first, and he said, you made the ultimate sacrifice, and for that, you were noticed. He looks at Ingram. Oh, by the way, so Thonk is a half-orc cleric. Yeah. So he looks at this half-orc cleric in front of him. I should be saying them, but it's gonna be him for now, because fuck it. looks like the half-orc cleric and says, "You died to protect your friends, and for that, you were noticed." Looks at Ingram, who is in
Asimar. However you want to pronounce it, whatever you want to say. Asshole,
Asimar?
you know, whatever works.
Asshole barbarian.
Yeah.
And he looks at them and he says, "Youth, you united 3 city-states and brought them out of war. For this, you were noticed." He looks at Doxy, who is a gnome rogue, and says, "You found a relic in a deep dungeon using your wits and tools. For that, you were noticed." He kind of swivels around. It's like a whoosh, like this very excited kind of movement, bolting up to the sky and coming back down. And he says, "This is the history. We are the historians. The thing that has ever been written or done or said is within our halls. We particularly collect books, but also there are some things, information-wise or physical, that we have to bring to us." He goes, "I don't want to do this voice for a little while."
What do I see right now? Am I seeing books?
You are seeing so many fucking books. There are...
My character is losing her shit. She's probably like touching them and grabbing them and looking and opening them if
you
possible.
find that you actually can't. You can touch them.
Okay.
And you can almost glean their meaning just by being close. But you cannot take them out or actually look at them. They don't have a written language on it. You see different spines of different types. Some of them are little pages are falling out. There are all manner and all kinds of things here. Any kind of book, from like a tattered looking paperback to something that is handmade, to something that is so ancient. You see all of these books in what looks like no order, but it's definitely ordered. They take very good care of these. They're not liking that, but they're okay with it because they know you can't touch it.
Yeah, she's definitely trying, and she's like,
there's a couple weird orbs.
How do you
Hey,
protect them from people grabbing them? This is such an intriguing place. Oh my goodness gracious.
Hey, no.
And she's like really like just talking like 1,000 miles per minute and trying to figure out like what's going on.
Little
Quill
gnome.
is loving it, by the way. He is like so into this. He's like, yeah. You can't touch it, but he's there. Okay, yeah.
Excitable little gnome. Hello.
Oh, you're the one that united the cities, right?
Sure. Is this fake magic? That's what your people do, right? Fake magic?
Excuse me? My people?
Illustrations.
Fake magic.
You know, the magic that messes with you. Illusions. These illusions.
I didn't think about that.
Roll perception.
Perception, okay. I gotta make sure I'm not.
Or arcane? Do you have arcana?
Yeah, I have Arcana. But perception, I can roll
It's
both.
more of perception than it is arcana. It's
Why
a
is
little
it
bit weird.
rolling 2 rolls? Interesting.
That is weird because it doesn't seem to be advantage or disadvantage, just 2 rolls.
Let me just
I
do
don't
that
have
in
a
case mine
disadvantage
does.
I don't have those buttons on
Okay,
my.
mine's. You don't have the toggle? Oh, because whatever campaign you came from didn't use those. You can toggle that under your cog.
Oh, where do I go?
The cog in the top right-hand corner.
Yeah, but where do I go in there?
Right underneath where the NPC button is, says roll queries. Flick to advantage toggle.
Oh, advantage toggle. Oh, much better.
There you go.
Okay. I will re-roll. Do you want me to do Arcana or?
Which do you prefer? Which would you?
Either works for me.
Perception.
Okay.
It's whether your character wants to perceive something or be like, is this magic and shit? Like.
All right. There's my roll.
17.
Don't mind the other 2 things that I just did.
I don't see it. It's not popping up on my thing.
I rolled a 17 perception.
Okay. So that's odd that it's not in my roll 20. So 17.
Oh, that's weird.
This looks like it has not exactly arcana. This is almost it's not an illusion. That is one thing that is entirely for sure. This really truly does exist. But whether it exists in a physical, actual form, is a little bit trickier to understand. You're definitely touching these things and this world. You know that it exists here in some way, but there's almost a way that information has become physical here. It's like if you walked into the internet, it's not going to look like Hackers does, but all of a sudden when you're hacking the Gibson, that's what it looks like. So it's kind of a
I kind of got what you mean.
Ideas made manifest.
Yeah, I got what you mean. Doxy kind of like looks inquisitively at the things and kind of like starts examining it, and she's like, well, it doesn't appear to be fake magic. I don't even know what that means anyway, but it either is or it isn't. I'm just telling you. But it does look like it is actually real, what's happening around us. But there's something strange. It's like this way of information. If only all information could be like this, I would love it.
You know what would love us? Gadira. She'd think you were cute.
Who's this Gadira you speak of?
I only remember the name. I kind of forget most of it. Doesn't matter. Anyways,
Listen.
what are we supposed to be turning to the wisp? What are we supposed to be doing here? Is this
Thonk's mostly just sitting there with his arms crossed, and he looks kind of pissed off. And he after Ingram's done talking, he just kind of takes one step forward and just raises an eyebrow. Is what happened here going to reverse what happened to me, or am I just dead?
Quill hesitates on that for a minute. Says,
as you know, you were noticed. You can continue to be noticed.
in front of you on a pavilion, which or like a platform, which you haven't seen, there is, or a light particularly shines down on this large book. It is open. And you can see writing so minuscule, but also so bright, writing down everything that is currently happening to you guys right now.
Okay.
There is a going story. There is a ledger that is happening of every single thing that you say and do and the stories that you tell. So by the fact that you were noticed by the record keepers of the entirety of reality and sometimes unreality, then there's something very special about this. And it is, how much do you want to tell your story? And he says,
well, it won't reverse anything, but it can certainly change what you have going now. How do you want to be remembered?
I want to be remembered serving my God and being by his side after my death. So after I accomplish whatever task you've yanked me here for, will I be placed by my deity?
You smell pretty awful.
He looks to you and just kind of like squints a little bit and doesn't really say anything to that.
are you guys going to fight now?
Which god? Which god do you serve?
Grumsh.
And I like immediately draw a great sword, and I'm like, how much suffering have you brought to others?
Yeah, you see me slowly pull my spear. He's like, I could have done more if I hadn't died.
I will like continue eyeing him, but I'll say, little light, why is he here? Why is he here? Is this to test my mettle? Is this to prove my worth? Because I will.
It's a test. This is a request. All of you were noticed for different reasons. Surprisingly, your skills work with him. He sacrificed everything for his friends. Respect that, please.
Did he suffer? Did he suffer in the end?
Probably. I mean, ask him. He's right there.
Yeah. Doxy's going to examine Punk and try to assess his usefulness.
He, if you look to him, like to ask, expect him to answer the question.
She's like looking you up and down and looking at like what kind of gadgets you might have on you, and then she looks up and she's like,
well, what skills do you bring to the table?
I am a cleric of my god. I bring his powers here, his divine blessings.
So suffering and misery.
how big is your character, Dalric? How big is Ingram?
Actually, 5'9". He's not super tall.
Oh, okay. Doxy will just look to you and she's just like, well, look, buddy, big guy. I mean, you're big to her. She's like,
if it's just gonna be the three of us, I gotta let you know, I'm not personally the best at, you know, the healing magics. So, and I don't know if you are either, but
We could use a fellow like him.
Thonk doesn't lock eyes. Doesn't stop locking eyes. Like, I have nothing to lose. I'm already fucking dead.
I've died many times taking out scum like you, and I would gladly do so many more.
Oh, goodness. We're having one of those, like, penis whipping contests. I guess I'll just sit here and wait until you guys are done.
It's kind of hard to maintain the tone. It's kind of like when you say that, he'll actually like turn full-fledged to her and be like, you got a point. You got a point. I can always kill him later.
You can't kill him if he's already dead. So, on we go.
Thonk doesn't put his spear away, but he kind of like plops it like as like a walking stick kind of thing.
Quill fucking bites you. You are now consumed by a small glowing creature.
You've been brought here for a very specific purpose. With all of your skills and your
Looks kind of sideways at Thonk.
availability, we need a task done, and we need it now. There are certain books that are too powerful to exist in this world, that are too strong to be out and available. We bring them here. To us, they are called the Stricken Tones. You know, there are sometimes books that can tell the future to extreme detail, or have mysterious spells which have never been discovered or understood.
Look, I get it. You want us to go get a thing. Got it.
I need you to go get a fucking book.
Quill is
I'm used to it. I've gotten
still
many
you.
books in my lifetime, as you may know.
She looks at her nails and then looks back over.
She's like, well, what do we get out of this?
Looks at the tome, looks back, looks at the tome, looks back.
Glory. Everlasting. Your name.
But I could go get glory and everlasting anywhere.
You can. You want to try it now?
Sure.
Hey, nothing to lose. Let's go, bitches.
This is not at all what he's like, but I'm loving it.
All right. This particular book is called The Assorted Tales of Pickerel Clavinshore. The origins of this are unknown, but it could be a Pickerel Clavinshore. Have you heard of him?
No.
It's super weird, actually. It seems to be a book that not only writes itself, or someone else writes it, but the world that it describes becomes true. And it is involved, or it's actually kept inside the book. Imagine, like, if you opened up, like, a sewer grate. If the sewer grate was a book. I don't know where I'm going with that. What is a sewer grate? I haven't seen one of those in ages. I'm really old.
I think if a sewer grate was a book, I would just leave it there. Those things disgust me. You don't know what's been touching it. You don't know where it's been. Ugh.
There is a small, what we would call interplanar speakeasy. It is actually a small plane of existence that exists inside this book, according to what the owner, the person who rules said book, and the person who has power to change it, what they perceive and do.
It explains that there is this place, once opened and once there are people inside of this book, it cannot move. It is opened in a certain place and cannot be wrenched from its place, cannot be anything. You would literally have to go inside the book to the plane of its own and get the quote-unquote key. You don't know what the key is. There is some kind of powerful element inside the book that allows it to be written in. My cat is going crazy. Hello, baby. Okay, then he's fine. He's doing cat bowling. He found a couple boxes of soda and is right into them. I don't think he likes my voice. So it cannot move this place until the owner wills it to move. So right now it is stuck somewhere. Also, one thing that they don't know is
Who is actually running and who is in charge of this. As far as we know, the inside of this place is growing. Now, this is a big problem. We cannot have this in anyone's hands. Who knows what they could do? It's just too magical for its own good. And
looks kind of down and around.
I don't have hands. Neither do any of us. So we need someone to actually bring it back.
He looks to... actually, he looks between Ingram and Doxy. He thinks for a little bit.
Don't look at me. I was lost at Pickerel. I'm gonna follow the gnome. What's your name?
Quill. Hi.
What? I was asking you. What's your name?
Quill.
No, not you. The gnome.
Oh,
Doxy.
I'm Doxy Jolly Row the second.
Doxy Jolly Roll the second. All right.
Oh, that's my name.
Do I call you the whole thing?
Yes, you should.
Doxy Jolly Roll the second. Then I'm just gonna kind of follow in tow behind you because I ain't been doing much reading in a long time.
Okay.
How long is a long time? Oh, you poor soul.
Looks at Doxy.
Great literature. I mean, there's been like, oh, I can't even count the number of books that have been released.
I take the suffering from the innocents by taking it upon myself. However, there are some forms of suffering that are beyond my ability to withstand it.
Well, do you at least share these stories with a writer, a scribe, somebody who can document this stuff? I mean, people pay a pretty big
People
penny.
witness my deeds, and that's all that needs to be done.
Oh, honey, I gotta hook you up with one of my publishers. You'd do well.
I'll follow in tow behind you on this one. Reading's not really my thing.
The self-righteous will follow the self-important. Let's go.
Okay. Actually, because of that, Quill looks at you and says,
You are tasked with the one thing that will bring you back.
and in your hand again, you didn't even know that your hand was up, but suddenly in your hand is that delicate feather. The one that brought you there by the moment that you even just barely touched it.
Oh, I don't know if I want to touch one of those again. That's how I got here in the first place.
I'll grab it. And listen, I set up traps. That's what I do. I grab it.
Wait, where did it appear?
In your hand.
In my hand? Oh, I just clench it then.
Oh, I'm taking it from him.
It
Take it from him.
appears,
Take it from him.
and you feel yourself brought through an interplanar. Oh, you're back again. That's super weird. This is a one-time only button. See, it's like you used your Hearthstone at the exact point at which the Hearthstone dropped you in the first place. You're pretty much just teleported right back. Did it feel good?
Yeah, it felt great.
You felt a small tickle. It's very bright in here. Again, looks at you, then looks at Doxy, then looks at you, and then Doxy, and is like seriously trying to figure out how to do this.
Don't use this. Wait until you have the book. Okay? Got it? No?
Donk nods.
Looks at Doxy. Don't use this.
Well, you gave it to Thonk, right?
I gave it back. It's yours now.
Oh, it's mine? Okay.
Will's trying really hard.
Doxy takes the feather and you see her pull out like this weird kind of container. She puts the feather in the container and closes it up and tosses it into her bag. She looks like she's carrying like a bunch of junk. Like she just has like a bunch of junk, like all over her jacket, all over her pants, like around her belt loop. Like to you, everything she's carrying looks like a bunch of junk.
Okay, this is great. Oh, like in Labyrinth. You know, where
Yeah,
they
kind
have
of.
like
Yeah. It just looks like she's carrying junk, but really in her mind, it's like if she puts all the junk together, it can create things.
It's like a deconstructed purse, right? Like if you had to wear your purse on the outside, it would just seem like stupid shit is in there, but you're like, no, I need this pepper packet. You don't know me. Maybe I need this.
Exactly. No, I put some weird shit in my purse, and you know what? Don't judge.
And it stays there because then you're just like, oh, why do I have mustard?
Yeah, but then someone
Great, no,
needs something, and I pull it out of my purse, and they're like, oh. You know what?
Guys don't know how good purses are. They really are.
It's true.
They're wonderful things. If you've ever been scared or like thrilled that someone possibly
Delric's like, I carry a purse with me all the time.
No. My wife's like, can you get X for my purse? 3 hours later, I'm like, I don't know. I don't know. It's fucking Mary Poppins in here. I don't know.
a lamp. Just how did you do this?
Like my feet dangling out. And mind you, it's like a clutch. And I'm just like, I don't know.
See, but the thing is with me,
things in here. How did you do this?
I am like most people who know me, I'm very organized. So even my purse has like purses within the purse to organize everything. Otherwise, I would go insane. So if I tell you where something is, you'll be like, "Oh, I find it very easily." But I have seen some of my friends who just, I have some friends who just throws things in their bags, and it's like, how do you even find anything? I don't know. So
I have a very
feel you
small
guys.
purse, so you can kind of figure it out that most of the stuff in there is black. Then it's like really.
It's just all black.
Most of my stuff is black. Like finding clothing is number one, really easy. Number two, really hard because of that reason. All right. So looks at you, has it in a thing, and sort of nods. Says,
It is more delicate than you might think. Even inside that box, it is not quite safe. Be careful.
Oh, it's a jar. She put it in a jar.
Jar. It's in the jar. Okay. Still, it's a big deal.
Your group is tasked to
She shrugs.
go to the book, of which it's going to teleport you down.
You guys are going to teleport down to this book. It's going to open up, and you will be led inside. You don't know exactly what's going to happen, but you really have to get to the leader. You have to figure out who is running this operation.
And kill them.
Then recover the object, of which we do not know, which controls the book. Get out of there, and then use the feather and teleport back.
This
Got
isn't
it?
meant to be quiet, right? This is like, will there be combat on the way?
We really don't know what's in there. We think it's like a speakeasy, but we don't know.
Like a bar?
We don't know. We certainly know that
I've definitely been to a few speakeasies before. I mean, you know.
It's certainly a thing that the people who go there, it's like a password only kind of club. So in order to get into the book, you don't know what's actually in it. Nobody else does either. They only know that the book exists. They know that there is an object that controls the book, but the book changes according to whatever the object holder puts in it, writes in it.
While we sit and discuss, companions of this half-orc here are causing suffering in the world. I say we just get on with this.
You don't... Thonk just kind of grunts. He's like, do not speak of my companions. They are not privy to my actions. They're useful tools. And nothing more.
I don't know exactly what nerve I just hit in you, buddy, but it's going to be a fun one.
With that, you are now teleported down into a dark alleyway. It's the blows. It's not going to come to blows in the fucking archive. You guys are somewhere else. In this this large alleyway, you see as you sort of realize you are back in your own reality. It is full of refuse, some crates, and there does seem to be what you saw was someone's figure. You saw that there was another person here, almost disappear, like just sucked into the ground. I think over there might be where the book is. So, Pal, you're on the ground. Ready to
Okay. I'm ready to just kind of like roll a perception, just look around. I'm not very good at it, but I'll do it.
I love it.
I noticed they're standing next to me.
Yeah, I'll look around as well.
You're in an
Oh
alleyway.
my gosh.
I got you,
We're having
fam.
a struggle.
I got you. 21.
Okay.
Oh, Miss
Oh.
Thunk. So Miss Thunk.
Thonk rolls a
Does
21.
Thonk like books, or does
Okay.
he really
Thonk is-
not
He's
like
got
No.
like a lot of magic items.
Thonk has-
like a shit ton of magic
Thonk is
items.
very well read and very well versed. He's very educated.
Oh, really?
Nika,
He has
Thonk's
lots of magic items.
passive perception, in case you didn't know, is actually higher than what he just rolled there. Check his character sheet, but it's like a 23 or something. I can't see it now, but it's
Because he has magic items. That's why.
he's just, you know, he also has a feat, you know, that gives him +5.
Thonk
So-
is Thonk like a half orc. He's like the opposite of what we picture most half orcs. He's controlled. He's intelligent. He's well read, that kind of thing. So 21. What do we see? What are we looking at?
21. You sense almost immediately what there is. The rest of this alleyway is literally just junk. It is gross, and there is one thing in there which you know is the most valuable thing you might have ever experienced in your life. It is resounding with power, and that is a book. It is closed, and it is sitting there, almost covered by other things, by this tarp that's over there. It might be small parts of a chair that were bent and broken, thrown into an alleyway to be forgotten. This book is right there. You can go over to it and open it up if you prefer. As
if Thonk sees it before anybody else, he just doesn't say anything. He just takes steps forward towards it and kind of pushes the tarp off with his spear and just grabs the book and starts reading through it.
He cannot grab the book. He can only open it.
Okay. He attempts to grab it, obviously doesn't work, and then we'll fiddle with it.
He was not paying attention during the thing.
No, he wasn't. He was too busy.
Unless you have the tool in which.
And then so he'll just flip it open.
Flips it open. It looks like maybe you can go inside. You don't know how. It's just jump in.
I'll gesture at the book. Another level, another layer.
Are you pulling a Caligari on me? Is this what is happening?
No, Thonk is just, he does it.
Gesture at the book.
Can I like do a history check on this book?
Sure.
And as an artificer lore, I actually get advantage.
Oh God! Now I actually have to think up a history for this book. All right.
I get advantage, or what is this? I can use twice my proficiency. I don't know what that means exactly, but I'll roll a history check.
Okay.
14, but I'm not sure what this gives me.
Yeah, just give me another one with advantage. So give me one more.
It doesn't say advantage though. It just says.
I'm giving you advantage though.
Oh, okay. I'll roll once more.
I don't like rules. I'm a rules breaker. Everything's better.
Still 14.
Story. All right, so a 14. Of the people that you knew, or of the time of which you heard this, you heard of the assorted tales of Pickerel Clavenshore. It seemed to be a name that immediately, though you couldn't quite place it, it seemed like a fairy tale name. It seemed like something like a Gulliver's Travels, something that came to your mind about adventuring in far off places, about like tales from children. What are you doing? Something in your mind immediately pinged back to youthful nostalgia. And while you don't know exactly why, you can tell that this book has been written and written and written again. And just based upon exactly how old it looks and how old it seems to be, the name itself may only be known by the people who have written in it. But it seems to be a very, very ancient thing that you are seeing.
Okay. Doxy starts just like saying a bunch of stuff like about the book. As soon as you like show her the book, she just starts like talking about the history of it and blah blah blah, and probably like talking your ear off about it.
Gadira would absolutely love you.
But it's like all really interesting information that is about the history of this book.
Yeah, from what she gathers of it, she might not know actually that much, but she certainly knows how she feels about it.
She's acting like she knows a lot.
Okay, yeah. So she's like,
oh well, this book is from this way.
And she's just like reeling off about all those things.
The book frowns and says no. Yes. So Thonk is already halfway into this shit, and you're talking about the book. Ingram, you gonna hop in, buddy?
All right, step forward, hop.
All right, so you're the first one to go in then.
Of course, because I always jump on grenades.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, I guess that means
Before
we're
I hop
going
in, I will say to Doxy, whatever her whole name is, I'll say to her, oh, there it is, Doxy Jalor the second.
Jolly Row.
That one. I'll say to her, I'll be like, watch your back with him, then hop in.
She kind of looks back at him.
Thonk just like is shaking his head.
Okay. So I'm presuming you guys all hop in.
Yeah.
Yeah, after she hops in, I'll hop in as well.
This has been
I guess we're going in.
For you. Actually, we only started about 40 minutes ago, but I say we take a short break before we get into what's in the book, as opposed to what you actually
Sure, we'll take our first break here. Sounds good. All right, guys, we'll be back in just a couple minutes. Don't go anywhere.
It's a good break point.
I agree. We'll be right back. All right, welcome back, everybody, to hour 2 of our little one-shot holiday special here on the Lost Initiative. Let's continue, shall we?
Yes. All right. I really should have eaten on that break. We were talking about Christmas instead. You are... There it is. Okay, good. You enter an alleyway, and you guys all jumped into the book after some amount of fussing at one another. The moment that you entered, again, this has been, you've traveled through so many planes in such a small amount of time that it is really hard not to be dizzy. In fact, can I get a Constitution save from you all?
Yes.
Just to see how well you're taking it?
Con save.
What the fuck? I can't roll above a 3.
5 on me as well.
If I keep rolling like this, Mathis, you might win this this fight at the end.
We'll see. Oh, we don't have to fight.
This is pretty
Hey, you got a 5 too.
Yeah.
Fuck off.
All right. Doxy's fine. She's okay. You guys are actually feeling it. Whether or not it's because you're a bit distracted by looking at each other, that you're not quite seeing or understanding what your body is going through. Doxy doesn't seem to have any problems with this whatsoever, possibly because she's so curious and interested when you guys are just like super cagey and whatnot. So maybe it's, you did this to yourselves, you nonsense humans, or people, you're not human. You enter this world and immediately the air feels different. It's kind of damp. It's definitely nighttime. And in the distance you see this beautiful grassy shore and a lighthouse. The lighthouse is beaming out. It doesn't seem too far, but it seems rather far away from what you'd expect from, you know, like an interdimensional portal that you're in. You'd expect it to be smaller. No wonder that they're worried because it's expanding. There is a small fence around it. It is very peaceful out here. You can hear the shore. You can smell the salt in the air. Not too far from you either is a figure. He is what seems to be a golem or warforged. He's a warforged. A metal warforged. He is dressed rather nicely and standing in front of this completely indefensible, you know, fence area. So, but he's there mostly to, what you would presume, make you feel uncomfortable.
Man of metal, wood, and stone. What is your purpose here? Are we to fight and kill you, or are you not a man of evil?
I would like you to roll a perception check.
I suck at those.
Actually, no. I want Thonk to roll a perception check.
I don't suck at those.
Yeah.
You're
24.
asking the dude, but Thonk's gonna look at. Oh yeah. Answering his question for him, you, Thonk, already know the answer. If the only thing around here, really, it's almost a blank slate. There is water. There's a complete grassy area and path. What is it, kitty? If you're not going to get on the stream, then stop bothering me. The internet wants to see you. It just does what he does. From what you see of this particular lighthouse, it is striped, but it is white and not red. It is sort of a more beige color. It seems a little bit strange. As you look at it from the top, you see the light going around. You know, there's that ridge. You see figures up there, and it seems to be a ruckus. There's already fighting going on up at the top of that lighthouse. So when you ask, do I have to, when Ingram asks, do I have to attack this guy? Thonk is already just like, are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah.
You can already see that he's the guy who will let you get into this place.
Okay, gotcha.
So he's the bodyguard, essentially.
Actually,
so the guy says nothing. He just glares at you. The wharf.
Thonk.
He looks down at you because you're small.
This is Thonk actually does it. He waits a few moments to that, and then he's like, Do what you feel is right, Ingram. We're here for one thing and one thing only.
In that case, I'll just walk past the person and find out.
He lets you.
Okay.
He's fine with it.
It's a good
I
magic
think he
item.
had a name, but remember the name. So.
I would like to. I would like to like stealth if possible.
I'm just like walk right
You're
past him.
stealth
Good
past
magic item. And she's like, da-da, da-da.
Just in general.
Stealth. He lets you
Yeah.
go on past. He does.
Wow, 25.
As you walk, he says one particular thing. I forgot what the rules are.
It's all good. Make it up.
Sorry. Oh right, he's bare-chested but for a necktie is what it says here. So he's very Chippendales. He says you can't enter as a group, by the way. It's Battle Royale night.
Thonk will stop short and kind of wave, not wave, but like make a gesture to Ingram. Good luck.
There is a small dirt path that leads up to the lighthouse. There is nothing particularly interesting going on before you get to that area. Is there anything else you would like to do to prepare before you get onto?
Wait, you're saying that we need to go into a battle royale. This sounds like death. I have no problem with death. However,
as soon as you look up, someone actually falls from the lighthouse and thwonks upon the ground and lays still. It's on the far side, but yeah, someone got deaded pretty bad.
are they instantly dead or very quickly dying?
Was probably in the midst of dying while falling. That was just, yeah, that's a lost cause. It's
Okay.
There's no groans. It's just twonk.
Okay,
The finality of that thunk.
There is no or. Oh, it's 60 feet. How high up is the tower? I'm sorry? How high up is the tower? How tall is it?
How high? About as tall as the lighthouse is. I'm not good at numbers.
I will Google.
Yeah. No. I'm going to guess like 200 feet. I'm going to guess like 100 to 200 feet, anywhere in there. So that's
Sure,
not.
that one.
That's outside my
Around,
ability now.
on average, 300 to 350 feet.
Okay, there you go. I was thinking short.
4 stories? Something like that? It's pretty tall. They
Yeah.
have to be pretty huge.
When you
Between
say 300 feet is like
300
30 stories.
Yeah, 300 to
Like
350
nowadays.
feet.
Stories?
That's
Yeah.
like nowadays. In the old days, you would just go.
Okay, it's about half that. It's half that.
So 150 feet
It's a
still.
short lighthouse.
I can't do anything with it. Okay. I look at this this creature. I look at this creature and say,
Oh, it's only half a normal lighthouse. Well, fuck that. It's not
my
good enough for
range
me.
is 60 for what I was. My range is 60 for what I was thinking. So I turn to the Warforged and I say to it, "These people upstairs that are fighting, that are dying and killing, are they good, evil? Is there a blend or neither?"
He doesn't answer you directly. He says, "Why do you think they're here?"
Because they've been duped by a feather and a glowing spark.
He's confused and just turns back around, just shaking his head.
Thonk is enjoying Ingram
Ingram thinks
trying to
they're
get
all here for the same
information.
reason.
We're all here to get the book, you guys.
Yeah.
I turn to
Alright,
them and say, "Does this mean that we are to fight together? I'm not familiar with this term battle royale.
He says
Are
we
there
don't.
Teams?
He says we do not enter as a group. So,
Everyone
good luck,
likes to-
Ingram. You look worthy of the task.
Draw my sword and start marching on.
Okay.
I am good at it.
He just goes. It's up this little tiny dirt path. You're able to see everything in front of you. It is actually rather beautiful and pleasant until you actually get to the edge. It's more of an escalator type situation, which goes around.
Stairway to heaven?
Yeah, it goes for you though, so you don't have to walk up it. So it's a So you get onto this platform, and it starts bringing you up the lighthouse. Is there any buffs or anything you want to cast before you get up there?
I just let me know before I jump in the fight, and I'll be ready.
It is right about to happen.
Thonk is at the bottom of the lighthouse, and he's like eagerly watching the window, hoping Ingram comes flying out.
So you're not going up.
You said the Warforged said we couldn't enter as a group, right?
You can't enter as a group, as in like have each other's back.
Oh, see, fuck.
But sure, if that's the way you want to take it, yeah, go for it.
No, and then
So you're staying at the bottom.
yeah, that's Thonk. Thonk definitely is gonna stay at the bottom then.
He totally took that wrong.
Well,
So Scott is going in completely blind. Ingram is just going up. This is great.
He was told I have to kill things to get this book, so he's. Unfortunately, he doesn't have a compass around to guide him, so he's just kind of going with. I was put on this path by this creature that sounded like a harmonica. At least it's not evil.
This is great. This is beautiful. Okay, Doxy.
Dox, I stealthed and I rolled a 25 for that, and I'm basically just going to follow Ingram, and even though we're not supposed to be fighting together, she's totally gonna help.
With a 25, does Ingram know she's there?
No, probably not. Well, I guess you could roll to find out.
If I rolled a natural 20, it'd be a 19. I will never find out.
No, does not know that I followed.
Yeah, he has no clue. But he's also, I don't think he's looking. He's just going up. Thonk.
Thonk's just being an opportunist.
Roll perception, actually. Thonk
Sure.
rolls perception.
I'll give a perception roll.
I want to know if you see that the Dox is going with him.
22, so no, I do not.
Okay, yeah, like that's a good ass stealth, honey. Yeah, you are sneaking your way up there with him. Ingram reaches the very top with Doxy in tow, and Thonk just join up whenever feels so inclined.
I'll let you know if Thonk decides to head inside.
Okay, it's a ways up, so you gotta get on the people mover.
Actually, because of the cloak that I have, people have to roll disadvantage when they roll against me.
Oh, nice.
Because I have the cloak of Elvenkind.
They didn't have a chance anyway. You were.
I know. I'm just saying, like, it's even harder.
You disappeared. I was just gonna give it to you. Like, yeah, you can just take this roll. Like, you take a pass. But rolling that high, it's like, no. It's just, the world doesn't see you. You have disappeared from the history. So you are hotly on Ingram's tail as Ingram approaches the very top. There are 3. Oh God, I wrote about them. There are 3 attackers who currently kind of going fucking nuts on one another. You can actually see that is actually visible from your side of this lighthouse. 2 are pushing each other very, very heavily. It's at this point they had disarmed each other, so it's a shove fight. So they're just kind of like almost drunkenly just like smacking on each other, and someone else is going for each other's neck, and it's like a not cool looking fight. It's one of those brutal bar fights of which is really unimpressive to see. So they're going on each other. The other guy is taking a rest over by the side from what you see, presumably the one who just killed the guy who fell off that side. You can see one thing that is very strange. So far, they are all male and all human. And if they're drunk, you can't quite tell. But they're going at it. They don't seem to notice you yet. Well, the one who's kind of taking a short break definitely does. But he's all the way on the other side. He would have to run to see you.
Okay, so if I haven't jumped into the fight yet, I wouldn't have raged yet. I'll rage right before I jump in. So from right outside the fight, I will use Divine Sense to see if there's any evil creatures here or good creatures here. If neither or neither, that's perfectly fine too.
All right, evil and good being like the way that they skew, or like actual divine
It is entirely up to you. Some DMs would say if their actual character sheet says one, some will say, no. Just because your character sheet says that doesn't mean that you have an odor. You have to actually be like actively evil, like Thonk, because he's a dick.
So that's
to
at
get
the very
that.
top is when you sense that, or when did you?
Yeah, right as I see them, right as within 60 feet of them before I jump into the fight. I just want to see if they come off as good or evil or neither.
These dudes seem pretty neutral. They just seem like dudes brawling, you know? Like, they don't seem to have an odor about them. You can sense a little bit of something.
Sure.
But it doesn't seem to be coming from them. In fact, it seems a bit distant, far away.
It's probably a lingering thunk on, like,
Yes.
I have a strong stench.
It's like when you leave if you're a non-smoker and you leave your smoker friend's house and you're like, okay, I gotta wash my clothes. You know what I mean? It's like one of those, like,
hair.
oh,
if
yeah,
I'm
exactly,
around a
right?
smoker for like 2 minutes, it's in my hair for like the rest of the day. I don't know what it is. I think like long hair just happens that way.
I visit family and my wife's like, your beard smells like cigarettes. Like,
yeah, hair just like takes that in. So it
takes it in.
Yeah.
So anyways, what was I saying? So if that's the case, then I won't just immediately jump in and start killing because I'm not evil. So instead, I'll jump in and start yelling and be like, I'll roll an intimidation and be like, hey, we're not here to fight you. We're all here for a book. Why don't we find it together? If not, I'll have to leave flat.
Roll intimidation and persuasion.
Oh, yeah, persuasion. I'm good at deception. Persuasion.
No, I don't care if you're good at it. That's not why I asked you to roll.
You're very intimidating, but not very persuasive.
Okay, they're freaked out by you. And they charge at you. They stop their own thing. One of them stops to pick up a sword that he had dropped. The other guy just sort of lunges at you. You, from feet away, you can already smell that at least one of these guys is drunk off their ass. Like, just a drunk person.
Mm-hmm.
And he lunges. He's probably not going to. Oh God, I have to roll. I'm so used to just still using dice.
Use that macro.
Yeah, it's the things on the bottom, right?
Yes, ma'am. It's multi-attack.
Can I get initiative for the 2 of you up here and the other 3, please? The 3 is mine.
I always roll garbage in it, and it holds true.
Okay.
Yeah, we didn't know. No good.
I always roll. It's like a rule of thumb. Oh, Scott's rolling initiative for a PC character?
You
Garbage.
have to send the result of this roll to the turn tracker, but no valid token was selected.
You have to click. You have to actually have a mini on the map,
Yeah.
and then highlight that mini that you want to use.
That doesn't bother me. I don't care about no mini. Okay, I know what these are. Okay. Yeah. You came into it hoping to fucking parlay. Not so good, my friend. The first guy is who's not picking up, decides to kind of just take a swipe at you. I'm actually going to give him that modifier. That makes a lot of sense. Roll type. Sorry, this is different. Standard? Okay, yeah. There we go. Yup. What is your AC? I should open that, but...
It's a 19. But if you use that macro, it'll cover that for you.
Oh, right. I poke you, and then I do the D. Okay. Okay. I get it. I had to use the attack. Okay. Sorry. Roll 20 is really fun and actually really good. I'm just not used to using it. Cool. The guy lurches at you, but just sort of kind of almost bear hugs. Just, and he's sort of like upon you. Buddy to buddy, chest to chest, kind of like.
You don't die today, buddy.
Yeah, he's all right. He's super drunk. The other guy, which seems decidedly less drunk, has picked up his weapon. He comes at ya. Is that you, buddy? Yeah, that's you. Okay. You're the one with the swords? Yeah, you're the one that's not an orc. Okay, that one. That's fine. And... Sorry, trying to figure out numbers from here. Yes? That one. Yeah. That one. I don't know. There's so many options. There. Okay. He, right, so AC. No, the other guy picks up his sword, launches at you. I don't think I want to use that. Can I just use my dice, please? I know
Whatever
that
makes you
sounds
happy. You're the
ridiculous,
DM. You're the DM.
I cannot. I don't want to be
AC's
fucking around at a computer when I'm trying to tell a story.
AC's 19.
Yeah, no, he also kind of does that. He swings his sword. Again, he is at least decidedly not as drunk as his friend, but it's kind of a brawl night, you know? So maybe he has been imbibing at least a little bit. You don't know. You don't know these people. Instead of getting you in it, he swipes, but since you're already sort of in the middle of a bear hug, he gets the arm of his friend who's kind of just like on this. So he actually injures his buddy for a little bit there. Well, they'd say buddy, not a buddy. And that guy takes a fair amount of damage. So suddenly you have a bleeding man who's standing on more or less on you. The other guy you see in the background, you probably don't see him from all the hubbub that is currently here. Sort of hides away and stealths in the shadows.
Okay.
Doxy.
Can I see what happened with the guy that stealthed away?
Yeah, you can follow him. He's on the other side of the lighthouse now.
Oh, he went on the other side.
Yeah.
My initiative is, I think, above Doxy's. Right? Yeah.
Yeah, you rolled a 7, so you'd be before me.
Yeah.
Yeah, he actually goes before me.
I thought you said that you rolled 10.
No, I rolled a 7. I rolled an again because I thought there was gonna be a tracker, and I thought it was because I didn't click my character.
Okay. No. So actually, it is Ingram's turn. My bad.
I'm going to rage because that's what I do. The guy that hit his friends, not the friend that was hit. I'm going to attack him. It's not going to be fun for him.
Okay. I would like you to number one, I think grapple to push the one guy off.
Sure, athletics check. Well,
Yep,
since
yep.
I raged, I have advantage on that.
Yeah.
Nat 20.
27, nat 20.
Guy flies away.
Okay.
What? He fall.
And-
He's already bleeding, so it's like pretty bad. Yeah, he's fucked up.
I'm going to reckless attack the other guy, which means I have advantage on my attack rolls, but they also have advantage on me. So let me do that one.
Sure.
It's 21 chance to hit.
Oh yeah, you definitely do.
I won't re-roll any of those. I'll take the 20 points of damage to him.
20 points. Okay. Dear Jeezy crazy. Sorry, what's your weapon?
It's called the Spike of Suffering. It's a great sword.
Tell me about this. This spike of suffering.
Absolutely. It's actually I can't remember. It's actually just a weapon of suffering, or a weapon of wounding, but I call it the Spike of Suffering, which
Most
means
weapons are for wounding. It is true.
which means that on his turn he takes 1d4 damage and must make a Constitution save. If he fails, he continues to take 1d4 every round after that.
Fucking monster.
But right now he takes 20 points of damage. It's a great sword. It's called the Spike of Suffering.
Okay. It's all good.
It's awful.
How many attacks do you have per round?
2, but because I had to grapple, technically that counts as attack, right?
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Like, man, I remember 3.5 when I had like a level, I don't know, like 8 character, and I had 5 attacks per round, and I would fail every single one of them.
That's because the drop off
people
on attack rolls, yeah.
trying to roll for me, going, and I was just like, and I still had like a +2 or 3, and I would get like a 5 every time. And everyone goes, how do you have 2 swords in your ranger? Nothing, just did not happen. Right, this guy actually does seem to have a fair amount of armor on. It is, just normal leather armor, so more used to being poked, not, are you slashing? You're kind of bludgeoning in a way. Just, pow! Yeah. Fucking big ass sword. Broadsword, right?
Yeah, great sword, yep.
Great sword, sorry. You get him around the shoulder. You were going more or less for the neck, I would presume, but it does clip onto his armor, but it digs into his shoulder pretty bad. The left arm, his right arm, kind of goes a bit limp, and suddenly he only has the one arm available for his sword, because he seemed to have done some good damage with that anatomy lesson there. So, Ms. Daxi.
He seems like he's. It seems like Ingram's doing pretty well, so Doxy's not going to get in there and do anything in particular. But I guess, what else do I see in this lighthouse where we are right now?
It is very, it's pretty boring. There doesn't seem to be a lot of stuff up there. It is meant to be an arena for people to fight each other. There is a small railing all the way around the flat area, and then the inside, the middle, is an oscillating light. It is very bright when it comes around, almost blinding. In fact, you find yourself blinking quite a lot, and seeing shadows almost everywhere that you are. But it is not as bright as it might have
So I know
been.
I need to get a book. Do I know where I need to get this book, or? So now that I'm at the top of this lighthouse, can I see anything else around my surroundings other than clearly the lighthouse itself?
It is a fight. That's what you're seeing. You're seeing
Like when I look out from I'm at the top of the lighthouse, right? Or
there is it appears to be that you would need to get inside said lighthouse, but you don't know how to enter yet.
Okay, so surrounding the lighthouse, down below, I don't see anything. Like
No, it's beautiful.
Okay.
It smells nice. A little bit like blood now, but yeah.
Okay, I guess I'm gonna move further up. I guess because we're making our way up the lighthouse.
You're already on the top area, the top level. You have arrived.
All right,
So
I'm gonna
this
go.
is where the actual light is. Y'all is fighting like on the very top where the light is.
Okay, I
down
guess
here.
then I will try to go into the lighthouse then.
Okay. You will have to go around to the side. Don't worry, you don't have to do a stealth check for that. It's pretty obvious at this point. But you can stealth around from everyone else who is fighting because they're not going to pay attention to you. But with the light, you're going to get a disadvantage on any other stealth checks that is happening.
Okay.
Because the light will show you at some point. It's very difficult.
My cloak does also change color and shift to camouflage me.
That's
That's
interesting. So maybe does it become reflective?
I don't know. This is what it says.
Against you have disadvantage. You have advantage on dexterity stealth checks. So instead of advantage, you just have none.
Okay.
I'm gonna get rid of that one then. Color shifts to camouflage you, but it's color. And this is such bright light that it might be a little bit difficult. You probably will turn actually surprisingly gray in order to look like the shadows that are currently around. But for the time being,
over a disadvantage, I'll take a regular roll.
Yeah, you are doing fine. So you're going to go around to the other side presumably to see what's on that area because you want to see how to get into it.
Yeah, I'm trying to get in.
Yeah. There seems to be, from you get to the upside, there are 3 other people over here, and probably not including the one that you saw who decided to stealth himself and move out. There's another brawl happening. One guy seems on the ground, sort of slumped against the thing. He doesn't look like he's out of the fight, but for the moment he sort of is. The other 2 are actually facing off. One has a sword, the other one has a Morning Star. And they're going at it. It seems to be that they are much stronger and more alert than the 2 dudes on the other side. Thonk!
Yes.
How you doing, baby?
I'm good.
Still in it?
Yeah, he's basically, the idea for Thonk is like, he didn't want to go, he basically wanted to send Ingram up there to go fight and hope Ingram either does what he needs to do or gets killed in the process. And he's basically going to wait it out a little bit here. I'll probably wait a few more rounds, and then he'll end up making his way in. But he's going to hold out just a little bit longer.
So no fighting. Okay.
No, Thonk is really not a fighter. Thonk has one spell.
You like to look around the bottom at all?
Yeah, he'll happily look around the bottom of the lighthouse.
Thonk's not a fighter. He's a toucher.
Yeah, he's a toucher. He's a bad toucher. Yeah, Thonk will examine the outside, the bottom floor of the lighthouse, but he will not make his way up.
Is there anything in particular you'd like to look for, or
anything useful, more or less? But I mean, I know we're looking for one particular object, but other than that, he's just gonna kind of examine the outside area. And
yeah, you actually don't see any entrances, anything that would be generally out of place.
Okay.
It looks just like you're standing in front of a lighthouse. It's pretty clear that in order to get inside of this huge thing, that you will have to go up to the top in order to do so.
Okay. So he'll hold out for now then.
It's pretty easy to figure that out. Is there anything else you want to do while you're down there? I'm gonna keep checking in. So.
Yeah, no. He's basically keeping an eye on the window that the other person fell out of.
Oh, it's not a window. It was a balcony.
Okay, off the balcony. He's keeping an eye on the balcony. And
Tonk is making popcorn.
Yeah, he's really hopeful something is.
You can go look at the dude who's dead.
Yeah,
I don't know what your jam is. Do you want to look at dead people? There's not much you can do. You can loot him.
I mean, Thonk will kick his body around a bit and
okay.
take a look at what he might have that might be useful on him.
He has a small dagger, a dirk, if you will.
Okay.
And a pair of very sassy leather pants.
If I do yeah, no, he will not wear leather pants. If I do a medicine check, is he definitely 100% dead, or is he just
so dead?
All right.
He's so fucking dead.
That's fine. Thonk kind of like will pull.
He is exsanguinated. Like, he is pale, and there's blood all over the place. Like,
Gotcha.
He just fell 150 feet.
Listen,
right?
this is D&D. Depending on his level, he could have lived.
already being injured.
Yeah, but he just fell 150 feet.
He
He's
fucking
probably like splattered on the ground. Probably gross.
Thonk will kind of unsheath the dirk and like throw the dirk in his bag, but other than that, he'll just kind of back up and wait.
Yeah, there's actually, maybe I can make this an opportunity. This you're hearing me DM at the time when I should just be doing this quite normally. He does have a small, thin, golden chain around his neck. It is surprisingly tight.
Is it easy to unclasp?
Not really. It's very, I mean, with your big orc fingers, probably not. It's small and fiddly.
Can I just give it a tough yank and snap it off of his neck?
Take that shit, yeah.
Yeah, that's how I'll just kind of like, after tugging it a couple times, and then just kind of put my foot right under his chin and pressing his neck.
You really don't have to. He has fallen so far already.
And then just snap the chain off.
You didn't snap the chain. You got his neck.
That's fine too.
He was already mainly mealy pancaked. So you went like this, and instead of the chain snapping, his head gave way. So, so you got some gristle on there. Which is, yummy snack for later.
Yep, that's fine.
All right. It is my dude's time. Let's see. Guy who has fallen is going to take his entire roll to just get back up and like kind of search around for a weapon. So he's kind of, he gets up and then hits his hands and knees again. Drunk people, right? And then is kind of like searching around because he's fucking like just can't see because of the lighthouse. He's looking for his weapon. Other guy is so into this. That is not gonna hit. This is a lot easier than I thought it would be. For you guys, that is. Yeah, he swings again with what would almost be considered his offhand because he can only use one hand with this sword, and he's a little bit off. It's only like kind of a cutlass, but he's not as dexterous with it. So he kind of scrapes at you a little bit, but nothing actually happens. Third guy is still stealthed around back. I did not roll initiative for the other two. Okay. Oh. Doxy, from what you see, 2 guys on the other side, or sorry, 3 guys on the other side. Oops. Yeah. 2 guys on the other side still fighting each other. Got it? They're going at it.
They're still fighting, or they stopped?
They're still fighting. Yeah.
Okay.
So what you see is they're still going at each other again. So
and the third guy that was stealthing, or he's
third guy is stealth. He's not visible. You can check for him on your roll or on your turn. You're not quite up yet. And there's another guy who is just still kind of like recovering. He also uprights himself. He appears to maybe notice you, but it's hard to see because he can't see everything and because you're sneaky like that. So Ingram.
Yes, that guy that's standing in front of me, bleeding and almost dead.
Yeah.
On his turn, he was supposed to take 1d4 damage, which I'll gladly roll for you right now.
Oh, right. Yeah, give me some.
Only one.
Okay. He bleeds.
I hit him again.
Okay, good again.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Let's do this.
You
It's
can
22 hit.
Yeah?
Hold on. I'm going to re-roll that one. So instead of 16, I'm going to do... I don't have that macro set up in this game. Roll 1d6. So instead of 16, I'm going to add 5, make it 21 points of damage. So he's taking a total of 42 from me.
He stumbles and starts bleeding profusely all over the floor. It is disturbing to almost any onlooker. They're used to there being death, but they're not used to this being this grotesque. You came in and you massacred this one human, and you know it's usually not quite this much cleanup. The guy who was slipping or on the floor, who's grabbing for a thing, is now slipping and prone because he cannot find his weapon. He is drunk and there's blood everywhere now, so he's like slipping around. This guy is either close to dead or he's going to be making some death rolls, but he is not getting up without someone else's help. So good. You have slain a man. There is a drunk dude slipping about in front of you who is now prone.
Mm-hmm.
And that is it. You have one more roll or action that you may take.
Yep, I will rush across the battlefield and to approach the other person. I assume they're within 40.
Blood?
I mean,
or I'm gonna make you do a slippy check.
I'll gladly hop over it with an athletics check.
Okay. It hasn't pooled that far yet, but everyone else is gonna have to take like a terrain checks now because you actually bled that man so much that everyone's gonna slip on him.
I hop. Do I hop over it with a 26?
Oh yeah, absolutely, honey. You're good.
And then, so the other person's within 40 feet of me, I presume?
You go around to the other side. Wait, which other guy? Sorry?
The other one that's standing, because there's the drunk guy stumbling around. There's the guy that's now bleeding out and dying. And there's the other, or is it 2 fighting over there? There was 1.
There's 3 on the other side.
Oh, okay,
one
sure.
of them is stealthed.
Yep. I can't see that one. Yeah,
so there's a total of 6 people of whom you don't know.
Okay, cool.
But you don't know that the other guys are over there yet, so you just have to follow.
I thought there were 2 more across the way that I saw.
You saw one guy before he went stealth.
Mm-hmm.
Doc C saw 3 dudes as she went over to the other side.
Yeah,
but
okay,
you don't
fine.
see that yet.
I will gladly rush.
Yeah.
Well, I can't see her, right? So I'm going to rush to the other side and see what I see.
Yeah.
Is there anybody that could come across that's within 40 feet of me, or no go?
No.
Okay.
No, you're.
I go as far as I can.
You see 2 men locked in combat. Again, all that you see here are human, and they are in a rather fierce combat comparatively to the drunken brawl that you saw earlier. They are surprisingly more trained in their ways. One has a morning star, one has a sword. Another guy seems to have been knocked out, but is kind of just like almost waiting his time. Like he's kind of biding his moment. He just now stood up, so he's a little bit unsteady on his feet. You presume that there might be one other person because another one disappeared around the back. You still do not see Doxy. I am not allowing you to. So you did a move action. I'm going to allow you to attack because it's not a huge place.
Oh, sure. Okay. I will
if you want to like jump.
Yep, I will gladly jump in and swing.
All right. At whom?
The people that are interlocked, right? So one of those.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Which one?
I'll go with the guy with the morning star because it reminds me of Thunk.
Okay.
Thunk doesn't have a morning star.
Yeah, but you
All
have
right,
a Mason's close enough.
You go for Morning Star Man.
So angry.
Yep.
You're an angry man.
I'm gonna re-roll that 1.
You gotta, man. You could have like a.
So instead of 11, it's going to be 14 points of damage.
I'm stuck. Did I? Something bugged out. What was your attack roll?
26.
Okay, yeah, no, you did hit him.
14 damage.
Yeah, he looks a little bit more militaristic than the other one does. And so yeah, he took all of that damage, but it's pretty good. So yeah, now he turns around and is facing you, and so is the other guy. So you're gonna get a face full of whooping next turn. Doxy.
I'm still trying to get through the door.
Sorry, what door?
I'm trying to get into the lighthouse. So that was my entire
So can you give me a perception check when you're up here?
17.
17. Despite how bright it is right now, you can actually see that there is a sort of trapdoor area. It's a little bit towards the center, and it seems to be that there's maybe a path down if you take that route. That's the only thing that you see that could be somewhere that you can go from here.
I could use my thieves' tools or something over there and try to open the path.
That sounds great.
All right.
So you're making your way over?
Mm-hmm.
You run into something. Another stealth person.
Oh no.
Who was also hiding in that particular area. So you just like run right into him. Would you like to attack, shove? I'm gonna give you advantage on this one. Or at least like
I guess I can't sneak attack because now I just
No, you guys are well aware of each other, but I'll allow you to go first because he had such low initiative.
I'm not persuasive.
Thieves' tool in his eye, just get him.
I guess Doxy bumps into him and she's like,
Hey, get out of my way.
He goes, what? Okay. And he sort of like moves back a step, but that only makes him more on top of the place that you're going. So it's super awkward.
okay. She's like,
No, the other way.
He has no idea what you're talking about.
I'm
he
just
takes his kind of cloak off, and so you can see his face. He looks kind of round-faced, a bit on the pudgy side, like maybe he was just here because he thought it was a good time. His eyes are fearful, like he might be a newbie to this whole thing, and maybe he's into something he doesn't want to be. But he looks at you imploringly, like, you know, a little bit desperate, like, I don't know what I'm doing.
okay.
But he doesn't say anything yet.
She looks at him. She's like,
Look, just stay out of my way and you'll be fine.
He's an idiot. He doesn't know quite what staying out of your way is. So he goes, okay, but stays exactly where he is.
I
You
will.
can shove him,
Yeah, I will.
push him someplace.
I'm a good
You
person.
run face first into an idiot. It is
Yeah.
like this is Doxy's nightmare.
She takes her cloak off, or just the cloak off her head, so that she can talk to him, so he can see her, and then she points in the direction of where she'd like him to go. She's like,
he nods and
he's
like,
like-
shuffles like one or two steps over.
yeah, she's like,
Go that way and don't stop running.
He's like, okay, and then but he does. He's like a dog. He goes like 2 steps, and he's still like sort of in your way, but it's actually okay. You are to the trapdoor, but you've wasted a lot of your turn in trying to actually parlay and like push this guy around.
yeah, I got it.
So, Funk.
Hello. He's good. He's
good?
For right now, because it's been what, like 3 rounds total? 2 rounds total? 1, 2, 2. Ooh, nice candy.
Rounds.
He's gonna go. He's gonna hold out for 1 more round. Donk's
Give
waiting.
me a perception check.
Sure, gladly. That's his only good roll. Let's go.
You're gonna see
25.
All right, Funk. Up the path, you see a group of new people.
Okay.
One of them is in the lead. There seem to be 3 people trailing beside, and one more person or being, as you will see, which might be a Warforged. It could be the bodyguard at the Eric guy.
And they're coming towards the lighthouse?
They're coming towards the lighthouse as though they are going to ascend.
Thonk will make sure he's not in their direct path. But as they get close, when they get within speaking distance, Thonk will just simply kind of inquire, where are you headed? To the fight?
Okay. A deep voice, deeper than you would expect. It's from a hooded figure, after all, so obviously deepening. It says, Cataly, where do you think?
The fight, then.
If you'd call it that.
It's what I've been told it is.
Coward. And he walks past you, along with everyone else. He is not impressed with you. In fact, all the other... oh my god, this is gonna get so Disney. All the other guys are like of varying sizes. They seem to be like minion-esque types. But one of them goes, yeah! As he walks by, like, yeah!
Thonk looks, kind of scowls a little bit, but he doesn't say anything. Now that he knows he's got more people going up, he's definitely gonna give it one more round. And then he'll make his way up.
Okay, at the... the Warforged, who is indeed the bouncer. I'm trying to make this interesting. I like this though. He stops and he regards you. How tall are you?
Thonk is like 6'1".
Yeah, so you're not super tall.
No.
Or well, you're not super small like Ingram is. He looks down at you, and he gestures up to the walkway with his head. He nods you to go over there.
Thonk kind of shrugs and then follows his direction. Just kind of goes.
Flexes and then kisses his bicep.
Does he want me to guard the path? Am I becoming the bum?
Yeah, he strips you of your shirt and then puts his necktie on you, so you are the handsome guy now. No, he follows you up there.
Okay. Sure.
Scott, what are you doing? You're making these motions. Are you tying a necktie on someone? Is that?
Oh, I was saying Thonk's shirtless. He always has to show off his nips.
Yeah. Thonk actually has a brand of Grimace right on his chest that just is always showing.
He shows off his nips.
All right, so
it was really interesting when they were in the winter up in the deep north. It was like diamonds.
Cutting.
Is it true? Are you actually shirtless right now?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay, good. Instead of one necktie, he has 2 pasties that you put over your nipples that are shaped like neckties. You're the pretty boy now. Okay, no, that's a joke. But yeah, he goes up and he insists that you go in front of him.
Thonk.
So he's...
Sure, he'll do it.
Yeah.
He'll do it. He doesn't.
You are now a part of this cadre going them way up.
Okay, gotcha.
Let's see. Wow, dude 1 is dead. Dude 2 is slipping on himself. He's trashed. He's out. In fact, well, let me roll to see if he... Okay, no, he's fine. I wanted him to slip and knock himself out, but I didn't. So other stupid guy. Let's see what he's up to. He is ridiculous. This guy go first. Morningstar fellow does not roll very well. Takes a swipe at you. Tries to kind of grapple. Does not actually make it. Second guy crits. So he is going to hit. Let's see what I can do. That's a lot of damage. What is your
59.
59? Okay, you do take 18.
I'll take 9, thanks.
The suffering. Yeah, so you take 18 points of damage from that one guy, and the other guy who is now there decides to go for you from behind. Jesus, I've never rolled so many 20s. Okay, yeah, he gets you, but he only rolls that. So he gets you for another 8 with tiny little dagger, like right up in your back business. So he's trying to shank you. Right, good. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. Other guy is gone. Doxy. Or sorry, no. Ingram.
The guy that was
attacked in the front and behind.
The guy that was bleeding on the ground takes another 2d4 in case there was any chance of him surviving. There's probably not anymore.
He's super not. No, he's if there is death saves for NPCs, which for him I would say not. There's nobody here to save him. His time is might as well be dead. So yeah.
Great.
It's all good.
He's done.
I'm gonna attack the guy with the Morning Star again.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, a 21 chance to hit.
Despite the fact that he wasn't the one who actually connected with your attack.
That's
Two
okay.
other dudes attacked you?
Okay. I am single-minded. I'm going to re-roll that d6 and hope I don't roll less than a 2. I did. So instead of 17, I do 16 points of damage. But that's the total of, I think, he's taking 16 and 14. So he's taking 30 damage total. Is he still up?
He's still barely up, but he is stumbling. In fact, he is up against the railing. So you blasted him so much back that you slashed across his chest, which has, like, you know, chainmail and everything. Like, he's pretty well set up to do this one. But he's rocketing backwards and is now up against the rail.
Does he seem like he's, like, fading, or does he seem like he has a bit of fight left in him?
Still has some fight.
All right, I'll hit him again. Just see. Well, because I could just do 1d4 by ignoring him before he attacks me, or I could finish it off. I'll finish it off. That's fine. So there's a chance that he might be able to. Okay, a 25 chance to hit. And 15 damage. So does the 45 total finish it off? Between last round and this round, 45 damage total. Is he gone? He dead?
yeah, he's gone.
Bye-bye. I'll look at the other ones.
Into a dragon and he eats you.
I'll look at the other ones and allow them to stare into my heart of darkness.
Ooh, you're evil.
He's super sexed by that. He gets a wicked boner before he dies.
Ingram's into that. Oh, never mind. Not that.
With
people.
your proper attack, this guy is really. He's wearing some really, really good armor and everything, but that doesn't stop him from collapsing in on himself. With your last strike coming in from not just the right, but this time from the left, coming back around for a second swing, you get him in his center, and he falls forward. And between the slats of the balcony, I'm trying to explain how these things are meant. It's like, you know, one bar and then like a couple other ones and then like another one down there. He legitimately falls and gets wedged between them.
Gross.
As an opportunity attack, the person that he was attacking, the sword guy, comes up and kicks him in the head, which pushes him through the balcony area, hanging for just a moment by the armor of his feet before those plates give way and he falls to his death. So it's not that he even went over the edge. So yeah, you fucked up that guy right proper. And now it is Doxy's turn. Doxy, tell us about
All right.
this trapdoor that you're messing with.
Yeah, I want to open this trapdoor.
Do it.
So I want to check it for traps first. So what would you like me to roll?
Man, there isn't a...
I can do an investigation.
Investigation, I was about to say. Yeah, investigation sounds great.
All right, I will do an investigation. 21. 21.
It doesn't seem to be trapped in any way, but there are multiple devices needed in order to get in. One of them, easy. It's sort of a padlock situation. Like, that seems pretty simple. But because you have 21, you see that there are 2 other tabs on these other sides that need to be sort of pushed aside or worked on. All of which can be done with your skill, I would probably say a dexterity.
Okay. So for the lock, can I use my thieves' tools on that lock?
Yes, absolutely.
All right. So, ooh, I
It's
failed.
not a tricky lock. In fact, I'm gonna call. Huh?
I failed apparently.
It's really not a tricky lock, though. What does
But I
the
failed.
red mean? I don't know what that means.
I failed. I rolled a 1.
Oh.
I mean, when you roll a natty 1, it's not an automatic failure unless it's a saving throw or an attack roll.
Oh,
but
okay.
DM-fy it.
Okay.
I'm gonna say that if you roll a 1 or if you roll a 20, that you just kind of win or lose that one. So yeah, that one has thwarted you this time. Maybe it's because other guy is just sort of looming over you, as though you
Can you stop watching me? I don't do well under pressure.
Yeah, he's still like kind of there now because you recognized him, so therefore now he is your puppy, and he is very confused about this. So he's just kind of like and he's kind of looking and like just looking around. This guy's an idiot. Yeah, take another roll to see if you want to work on the padlocks or the other things up on the side, like around where the hinges
I think
are.
I'm gonna focus on the padlock first, and then
Okay.
do the other things next.
Try again.
So I get a 9 to this. I've like expertise in this. It's so weird how crappy I'm
Yeah.
rolling.
What? You rolled a 2.
So bad.
That's enough to do it though. It wasn't a 1.
Jeez.
So you damned it in there. Again, the whole lock situation as it was not the difficult part. So you fucked around with it. It pops open. Guy behind you breathes on your neck and goes, "That was so cool."
Gross.
So he's like now being a kind of creepy and desperate.
Look, I don't know if you're into me or
I
whatever,
want to
but
give you another opportunity to open it, but I'm not going to.
Totally understand. Yeah, I rolled 2 rolls, so I was expecting to only get 1. So
No, sorry. I'm lagging again. Sometimes it just totally lags out for no reason. Okay, good. That's fine. Yeah, so yeah, you undid the padlock. And that's kind of the end of that. Was there anyone else going to go? Everyone else has better initiative than you two. I know, surprising, right? This new group that Thonk is with has
My new friends.
ascended.
You were once my friends.
Your new-
Now
your
I
new
have
friends.
new best
New
friends.
friends.
Ugh.
Do you want to make friends with them? Do you want to chat with them?
God knows. So long as the shit.
Okay.
To be fair,
so-
though, Thonk didn't chat with the people he traveled with for over 30 sessions either. So
It wasn't 30 sessions. That's an.
it was over 30 sessions.
I chatted.
It was over a year.
I chatted with them. On necessity. When it was necessary. Oh, now Scott.
sorry.
Scott, you moved everybody. God damn it.
It's not, it doesn't just jump right back.
No, it puts you. You're now in the DM spot. I gotta.
That's
fix it.
right. So all of a sudden the Warforged turn on Thonk.
Okay, now
and-
it's you're back in your
yeah,
spot.
Warforged did turn on Thonk. I didn't want to say it, but again, it was the pasties, right?
God
The
damn it.
pasties on the nipples.
Damn, I was
That's
looking
what
so good with those though.
He applied them with a gentle hand, as though he had done many wristbands in his time. And then not the ones that are too tight or too loose, and not the ones that get your hair in it. He was, like the good wristband person.
I was like, he knew what he was doing.
He knew. He's put on many pasty in his time. All right, so, you guys are all silently going up,
Mhm.
and the tiny one in front of you, who was the sassiest, going yeah,
Mm-hmm.
is kind of like he brings out his dagger and he sort of wiggles it at you, like bitch, like he's gonna take you down first, kind of thing, and that stuff. The Warforged, oddly enough, puts his hand from behind on your shoulder.
Okay.
As you go up. You don't have any idea what that means yet.
No.
If it means anything, if you want to look it up or whatever. You guys are about to emerge at the top. Is there anything you'd like to do?
I know we're about to walk into a fight, so I'm not gonna do anything, but I'm weary of all the people around me that may try and try and, especially the little one with the freaking waving his dagger around. Yeah. I'll take him down
I
if I
love
have
him. He's my new favorite character in anything I've done.
to.
He's just an idiot. He's so bad. Me. Just what a shitty character. You get up to the top. The group, the three of these somewhat masked figures, spread out and dispatch what is in their sight. Actually, well, ooh, the small one, in his interest in thrusting his tiny dagger into the prone drunk man next to the dead guy, nearly slips on the blood, but does not, because he is dexterous as fuck. So, good on him. The other one goes around the side, the other one goes that way. It's pretty clear that the two guys over here are dead or about to die. The person in front of you, the leader, moves to where you would presume, or to where Doxy and Ingram know that they went around, which is the right-hand side. Warforged guy has not let go of your shoulder. You can go after them, or you might not have a choice.
Well, I mean, if he hasn't let go of my shoulder, I'll just slowly turn my head and like to look at the Warforged and see what he's doing.
He winks.
Oh God. Thonk does not wink back.
Make the Yuletide gay.
Thonk tries to Thonk tries to take a step away from the Warforged.
He directs you to the right-hand side. You're going to follow that leader guy.
All right, Thonk will take his lead.
I will let you.
No, he'll take the lead. He'll just grunt silently, but walk the direction he is directing me.
Okay, so you take off in that direction. He actually lets his hand go in that case.
Okay.
That is he's also not a man of many words. All right, coming around the side, you see. Is Doxy still in stealth? No, she brought herself down. No.
Yeah, I took my cloak down to talk to that other guy, so I'm assuming.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, my connection's getting really unstable again. Actually, this would be a good time for a break.
Yeah, sure.
Right before that shit hits.
Yep, that's fine. We'll be back for the final hour here in a few minutes, guys. Go grab a drink, go to the bathroom, do what you gotta do. We'll be right back.
Yeah.
Hello,
I gotta
everybody.
remember the name of it.
Wool
LOB.
vest. Okay,
Wool
I thought it was
vest.
gonna
Wool.
be like fleecy.
Yeah. It's, you know, the ba wool
That
vest.
place where they replace things if you fuck it up.
Yeah.
In Maine.
Yeah. It's LOB.
Y'all are fucking crazier than I am. Okay.
All right, welcome back, everybody. The final hour here of Lost Initiative. Thonk is about to be taken to the naughty room and touched inappropriately with nipple bows on. So, whoo boy, Thonk can't wait. It's his favorite. It's his favorite. He loves being naughty touched.
Sorry, I gotta turn down my music a little bit again because I put on music to kind of get myself jamming.
What were you gonna say, Scott?
All right.
If just be wary if he says, "I'm sorry if my hands are cold."
Let me warm them up on your bare Warforged chest.
I just have to ask you one question, Nika. Then we're gonna get back to the story. Warforged are comprised of metal, wood, and steel or iron or whatever, right? What is this Warforged? Is it metal, wood, or steel?
Metal.
Metal on his hand. Great.
Thonk.
And with nipples welded on, not unlike the Batman suit with the nipples.
Thank God. I needed.
That's my cat.
I'm
My cat's causing a shadow.
I needed that detail.
I definitely did.
Welded nipples.
No.
Yeah, welcome to my fucking D&D world.
Thonk, this is not how I imagined.
Ingram doesn't kink shame. He spent time in the abyss getting tortured. He's kind of into pain.
This is not
legitimately into pain now.
This is not how Thonk imagined life after
like
death.
This is like what plastic surgery was before it like became, you know, a thing. This is like the medieval version of it.
Like Thonk expected to go to like hell-ish, a hellish realm with his god, but not like actual hell, which is where he is right now.
Not like this.
You earned this.
I'm gonna repeat this, and it's the last act. Get in here. Something.
Nipples.
Metal. No. Something. Necktie shaped. Necktie shaped. Pasties over metal nipples. This be my D&D. There. Okay, there we go. Kerblamo. All right, my friends. All right, so I had a question about 10 Reese's eggs. Are they
leftover Easter candy?
They have Reese's Christmas trees now.
Yeah, because I was like, eggs, and I was like, either that is really, really early, that you have like the hookup, that they're like already doing the April shit, and that you get that in December, not unlike cars or magazines. Or those are just like the frozen variety from months ago, which I also have. I have a bunch of Cadbury eggs. I have like an entire, my crisper drawer. One of them is full of energy drinks and Cadbury eggs.
That's funny. You think they're frozen? I have them hidden in a cold brew box so nobody can find them.
Now they know because your wife was watching.
Oh, is she watching?
I hope she is.
Gotta steal all
For all of our sake, I hope she's watching.
Wait, how many people, if you're watching on Twitch or if you're watching on YouTube, let us know in the comments. How many people hide things from their kids, like food items? Because that's pretty
or significant others.
Significant others? What?
Foodstuffs. I don't want everyone having. Okay, so
all right, hang on. Can we let's find out what's about to happen? We need to cut to the chase. I need to know what's about to happen. So let's get back to D&D.
He's terrified for his butt virginity.
No, Michael's used to, or Mathis is used to. He's being the one touching people.
Yeah,
so
this is a reverse.
Being touched is uncomfortable for him.
Right, Thonk is the dom in every relationship.
Guy took his hands off. He took his hands off.
Okay, good. I'm going where he got. He's going where he guided me.
And also he's bigger than you. So.
I'm being manhandled.
Yeah, you're fine. No, you're being pushed.
You know, sometimes the bigger one wants to be the little spoon. It's okay.
The Warforged wants to feel small and vulnerable. Okay, so anyway. As you guys turn around, I am actually going to, at this point, reset initiative. Because, is there like a spell that you can do to like freeze time or like keep people in a stasis or something?
Yeah.
You mean time stop, the 9th level spell?
Yeah.
It's a 9th level spell, yeah.
It's a super high level spell.
Yeah, he's super high level, so you're good.
Like,
6
Is
level
it-
17.
yeah,
Or higher.
He's well, I mean, he's like level 10. So maybe not. But he has a certain amount of command, and also his little lackey dudes have run around and gotten everyone else in the fight grappled and behind their backs. He's at least the 2 people that you're working with. Actually, maybe not. Oh no! Oh no! One of them is still there. Can you all give strength checks? Yeah. Thonk, you do not have to.
sweet.
Doxy, I don't think he's gonna pay attention to you because you're fucking about in the corner. Yeah.
Cool.
Ingram, you get that.
By everyone we
strength
mean
check.
you, Scott.
Why are you rolling with advantage?
Because I'm a raging barbarian, and it's
okay.
a strength thing.
Okay, you push this guy off pretty handily. So he's just fine. The sword guy who was attacking you is not the roguey fellow, but the sword guy who was attacking you is hands behind the back at this point. So he is incapacitated. Idiot on Doxy's neck is still there, but he was not a threat, so that's fine. Yeah, the 2 of you are good. So this person comes around, and Maggie, Doxy has not yet met this fellow, right?
Which fellow?
Does she know what Druv looks like?
She does now, yeah. Because you said
She does now.
Yeah, we have known each other now for a while.
Yes.
We went for a long time not knowing what each other looked like.
He pulls his hood back, and you recognize that this is Druv, and the Druv has found his way into this whole scenario in this lighthouse.
Wait,
He
so
doesn't see you.
okay, he's over there with the other group.
Yes, he is the leader of the group.
Interesting.
So he has a couple lackeys, and surprisingly enough, you see that that Funk is with them. And sort of like, and right behind him is the bodyguard Warforged guy, which is very perplexing in a way.
She takes a moment just to look up and looks like inquisitively at the situation, but continues on with her task. She's got a thing to do, man.
Okay. So she's not even responding. She's just like tinkering away at this thing.
Oh yeah, once she's in the tinkering mode, like it's hard to stop.
All right, yeah. So Doxy's tinkering away. You all can see this now. Like it's kind of everything is put on pause for the time being. Ingram, what is your reaction to this? You have shirked away out of this grapple, so you are free. But it is pretty clear that this is no longer a battle royale. This is now a team fight, and or there is a pause being put into this. Someone just called a timeout.
I'm just gonna attack this guy.
Okay.
That's what I do. It's the Warforged,
All right.
right?
No,
Oh, okay, no.
One of the guys with the hood.
there's a leader.
Yeah,
Man.
yeah. Okay, I'm sorry. So I'm going to just attack the guy. So he's within 40 feet of me with advantage. I will gladly rush at him and attack him. I was trying to save this for Thonk, but this guy seems like really like scary, doesn't he?
You would consider him powerful, not super scary.
Okay, I'm not. Then I'll wait. I'll keep saving things for Thonk.
Mind you, he didn't slaughter people. He's grappling everyone.
Yeah. That's fine.
one thing.
I'm gonna rush at him
He
and
has
attack
a
him.
certain command, but he is not being very super aggressive.
That's fine.
He's shutting down a situation.
I
He's
don't
a
know.
cop. That
If
would-
if he doesn't seem like there's a fight that needs to happen, come to think of it, because like if he actually seems like he's doing good, is there any chance he could?
coup de grace on the sword guy.
Because there's no need to kill people if I don't have to. Because I'm not evil. You know what I mean? I'm not good, but I'm not evil.
Mr. Man of Suffering. Jeez.
You know what? I think I'm going to take this opportunity to make my way through here, since pretty much everybody seems distracted. I want to go and try to find my way into the lighthouse, wherever the fuck that is. So
If you want to just take a walk around, you can.
Sure. Yeah. So I start with 40-foot move. Within 40-foot move, do I find the place where I need to go? I know I probably won't see Doxy once I get there because she's all camo and stuff, but...
she's quite close to you, actually.
Yeah.
She's not stealthed right now.
Oh. I just, because it's like the elven kind. That's what I was assuming.
Yeah, I mean, we are being kind of stealthy, but not... She doesn't have it, like, fully on.
Gotcha. Go ahead, Nika.
Yeah, when everything is said and done, when people are grappled and it comes down to it, when we're out of initiative at this point, we'll have to re-roll if we actually want to get back into this. But a couple people are sort of, everything is settled, and we're allowed to all see what's happening. To your, Ingram, to your right, you see Doxy. Doxy's talking about with something on the floor. You don't quite see what's happening, but you can see that she is visible and over there, but also she has nobody. Actually, you don't know. There is some person looming over her, so maybe could be possibly associated with this new group.
Sure.
You do see Bonk, the Warforged, and this new, presumably leader fellow.
Sure. Fuck them. I'm going to head over to Doxy and say to her, this guy bothering you?
Just distracting a little bit.
You need this open?
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Okay. I will gladly do what I need to open this up. Nika, what do I need to roll? Mind you, it's not going to be graceful.
Oh, man.
What would you like me to do?
Fun. I have a non-tinker working on a tinker problem.
You can tell me no, Doxy. Feel free. But...
Dexterity, please.
Dexterity save?
Just a dexterity roll in general.
Just a plain old dexterity check. Okay?
Yeah, dex check.
Okay. What's that for?
There are locks on there that you... Well, man, you haven't even seen it. Fuck that. Perception first. Okay. Then we'll do dex. Oh, man.
Because I wanted to, like, I wanted to smash it. But perception.
You're gonna smash it?
Yeah.
It opens upwards. If you smash it, it will make it harder.
Again, I'm not very smart. I get an 8 intelligence, 8 wisdom. So somebody tells me otherwise.
Check and we'll see how much you fuck up Doxy's business.
Okay.
Strength check it.
Natty 20, people. Natty 20. Here we go. Damn it.
Okay. So, a 16, you smashed into this thing. In fact, you smashed a lock that was already open in front of Doxy, who had already picked it from last turn. She was working on 2 other things, and you just see a lock, and you smash the shit out of it. Your perception, you know this trapdoor. And that there's, or like not a trapdoor, but like there's an opening kind of area. So you smash it and it dents the top of it a little bit too. So it actually makes it a little bit harder to open. One of the seals on the side goes a little bit rattly. So you know that one certainly doesn't have, like, they don't seem to have any magical capability, but there is something that needs to be done. Presumably they lock from the inside. So you have to undo them from the outside when it would normally be inside.
Yeah, so when you go smashing into the thing, Doxy like backs up and she's like, "Hey, I was working on that. Look what you did. You just made it worse."
I asked if you wanted it open. I'm opening it.
I said I was working on it.
I'm here for you. He breathes onto your neck again in that creepy way. It's like, it's okay, we're together on this.
I didn't realize that you had a companion with you.
He's not with me. I don't know who he is. Stop being creepy.
Oh, well.
Am I being creepy?
I mean, if that's the case, if he's actually like...
It's a little creepy.
Creeping on a girl?
All right, too much breath.
Can I boot to his chest to like kick him away?
Yeah, you can totally do that. I was gonna make the strength check hit him, but I thought it would be funnier if you had to do it the other round. So yeah, just kick him.
Sure. Make it roll or no?
No.
Athletics or punch?
Whatever the fuck you want. You're the one attacking.
Natty 1. Perfect. You
My
punched.
rage is over, so I don't get my advantage anymore.
You punched Doxy. Perfect.
My rage is over. I only got one round of not hurting things.
I don't know what to do when you attacked like the most idiot creeper like of this group and natural failed. He looks at you with his doughy face and doe eyes. See, wordplay. And he goes, "Ah!" And all at once, you kind of feel really shitty about hitting this guy, no matter how creepy he is. It's really hard to make a dude like that bleed because he's just that fucking pathetic. So you sort of go, ah, and like you pull your punch back just a little bit. Sorry, I did that. But you didn't mean to. It's just that like literally, if you even flicked him in his forehead, you would have pulverized him. This man is made of like of gelatin. He's nothing. So he backs up a little bit, but not quite far enough because again, he still thinks that like Doxy is like his partner in crime here. You are now heavier, and he's not very smart. Doxy, you can fix up the 2 latches on the side if you want to mess about with that. Thumb,
Yeah.
what the hell's going on with you? You are now in this particular area and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Doxy also, I mean, this is your guy. Dhruv is here.
I know but now she had a task. She looked over some, but she's distracted by her task, and now Ingram has just smashed it and made it worse, and so she's very
She
like
is such
enveloped.
a fucking nerd. I love it.
Yeah, she's like very, you know, when she's got a task, she's just on it. So
he regards you and looks down because he's pretty tall. He's not humanoid. He's half elf. And he looks down and is shocked, much like I am, actually. Cats are weird. He looks down and he's shocked to see you and makes a movement towards you, does not bow genuflect, despite the fact that you are even shorter than you would normally be by being hunched over this thing. He stands upright and looks down and says, wait, what's your last name? Jollibee? What is it? Jelly Roll.
Jolly
Roll.
Jolly Row.
Miss Jolly Roll.
I'm kind of in the middle of
Jolly
something.
Roll. Okay.
Jolly Row, like row as in Jolly Row. Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm lagging again, so that didn't come through quite right.
That's okay.
Okay, yeah. Miss Jolly Row. You're in the middle of something. And he goes, well, so am I. And he stamps his foot on top of the trap door that you're trying to open. Now, mind you, it's only the one side. You can start working on the other.
Oh my god, yeah. She totally moves over
Just
to the
moves
other
over
side.
to the other side.
Yeah.
He is frustrated about this. And he doesn't remove his foot. But
She moves over to the other side and she's like,
Look, I don't know what it is that you want. I don't know why you're here, but I have a thing to do, and you can either help or you can just move your foot out of the way.
he takes a step back, allowing you, but it's mostly because of an affront. Type of person. He's not used to being spoken to in this way, and he is not used to taking it from such a small person in front of his entire group. The tiny, smarmy rogue guy. Can I get a strength check on you, please?
me?
Yes.
Okay. Sure. Strength check. Oh
Yeah.
boy. You know. Ooh.
You're fine. You're fine.
How?
That's why we roll, because it's not always clear. Sometimes an idiot can just like suddenly show up and be like, yes, I know everything about this one. And that's the best part. The other small gnomish guy with the smarmy, comes over and he kind of like tries to take your arm and push you away and like drag you a little bit, but you just shrug him off, and at the same time you see Druv's foot push him off in that same way. Like he says this and throws that little one against the wall and says, "Leave her be. She has business." He's going to let you open this up. But also, he verified himself just now. He's just like, yeah, I'm still top dog here. Dog?
Hello.
Anytime you're ready.
To what? Like, so comes. I see all this happening.
Exactly, to what?
So we're clearly trying to get into that door. She's working on the lock. The fight stopped. I don't want to fucking kill anybody. I can't pick locks. How many locks are left? 2?
It's fine. Is there anything else you want to do at this point? Acknowledge anyone. Be a part of the scene.
See, yeah, like, Thonk is such a quiet character. He likes to kind of just sit back and kind of regard everything. I mean, he'll step forward.
Would you like to roll a perception or insight or anything?
No, he'll step forward and just kind of gesture to the locked door, and say, "Is what we're after down there."
Druv, who is he asking?
I open for him. Clearly, it's obviously more directed toward Ingram and Doxy, but if anybody, he left it vague so that the people who don't know what we're looking for don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. So.
Druv just looks at you, kind of perplexed, like what?
What was the exact wording?
All he said is what we're looking for in there.
Well, I don't see anywhere else it could be. So if you have any other bright ideas there, feel free to throw it my way. What was the name again?
Thonk.
Right,
Thonk. And she's still like tinkering away with the trapdoor.
I love Doxy. I am such a fan of Doxy. Okay, yeah, you pick it. You do just fine. I mean, take the 20 is you get it. With enough time and effort, you easily pick that out. In fact, you dismantle. You don't pick a lock or anything. You literally just dismantle all of the things, like the hinges and shit. You're just
all right,
tinkering away.
She looks over at Ingram. Then she says,
"Well, now you can lift it after you just smashed it."
It's a little hard, so he will have to at least pass. Ingram,
you gonna pull the door?
Lift up that trap door? That big metal, masculine, proving door.
Whoa, is it? Does it have a, like? I mean, I just thought it was a hunk of metal. I didn't think it was a hunk of metal. Because if that's the case, I think I realized why I had to make that deck save. Door. I realized why I had to make that deck save. I have to give it the right touch. Something tells me I need a sleight of hand this door, not strength check it.
No, strength check it. Just lift up.
Okay, I prefer that. I will strength.
You do not sound like you prefer that.
I like raging while I do it, and I'm not raging, so it's less fun.
Making
I like it rough, okay?
All right, let's do this.
I pressed it. It's an 11.
It's an 11. You know what? That's enough. As long as you didn't like actual crit fail it, it's fine. You take your time and you lift it off and you push it to the side. It makes a horrible screeching noise. It's just awful sounding. And Druv is actually the one who goes in first. Or no, actually he lets 2 of his lackeys go in. The one who is holding the swordsman whispers something in that guy's ear. And
can I hear what was whispered?
Perception, or yeah, perception.
Yeah, can I make one as well?
Sure.
Sweet.
I think that Doxy's a little bit closer than you are,
okay.
Conk. So
I'll still make it. I'll make it.
A little bit harder for you.
Sure, that makes sense. Yeah, so I probably don't hear anything.
No, both of you hear a little bit, at least, like, you kind of get the idea. This is a fucking threat. and it is like get the fuck out of our way kind of thing. You don't know exactly what they say, but like with your perception would have allowed you to hear it, but insight, like in just a base sense, can tell you what is actually happening.
Can I roll an insight check?
Sure. It's
18.
gonna become clear right quick. Oh yeah. It's a threat to be like, are you gonna fucking like let us do this or what? The sword guy spits in this lackey's face and gets thrown off the lighthouse. Just
damn.
Thrown the fuck off.
Was that really necessary?
Guy looks at you. He rolls an intimidate.
Oh shit.
That's an 18.
I'm pretty easily intimidated. What do I need to roll against that?
Yeah, he just looks at you like fucking.
What do I need to roll against it to?
I don't know actually. How do you
Like
contest
Constitution
an
save,
intimidation? I would consider it to be either wisdom or charisma. What do you think? Constitution is like if you get poisoned by him.
Scott, what would you roll to resist intimidate?
I mean, realistically, it's just a wisdom saving throw, right? Because
Okay.
that would be how you.
Okay,
Let's say you resist
I was
a
like,
magical
wisdom or
effect or charisma if you really think it's like an opposed charisma thing. But if it's a
Well.
magical thing, wisdom save.
Oh, that's against magic. He's not using magic. Never mind. Just don't mind that.
he's just glaring.
I did nothing. Yeah, I'm
It's
intimidated.
fine. So all of a sudden, you asked a sassy question, and he fucking responded with his face.
Yeah.
Which
I'm like,
Okay, just I don't. I'm just, just asking a question. Didn't mean to offend you.
Drew reaches out and strokes your cheek and
Ooh,
says, "Will you talk with me as we descend?"
Sure.
Okay. His lackeys go first. The other guys are quelled enough. They're more or less cowards anyway. The two dudes who were the most brazen are dead. You all descend, or presumably, are y'all gonna go down after this guy?
Yeah, I'll follow if they end up following for sure.
Yeah. Warforged is behind you saying, like, you gotta get
Yep,
the
then,
down.
yep. All right, that's fine. If Papa
Definitely going.
Warforged, if Daddy Warforged says go, I'm going.
As I'm traveling, does
Warforged.
Doxy look like she's injured at all whatsoever,
Oh,
or does she
no.
look unscathed?
She's fine.
Good.
She's like, no, she's not even been in combat.
Good.
She's just had Mr. Creepo, little Nomi guy who was pushed off of you is actually still like hanging out with that guy because he needs to intimidate someone because hashtag toxic masculinity. But he's like all up in there going like, yeah, you can't come down with us. You're not cool enough for us. What? And he's like, he's got that little tiny knife again. He's like, it's got blood on it. You wanna know why? Like he's all up in that shit. So Creeper is now not your fucking problem. So good job on that.
Works for me.
I'm fucking Daddy Warforged is now my new goddamn.
That's right. You write that name down.
It's so fucking funny.
Did
And
Mathis just become dumb?
What are you, Asmir? Little Orphan Asmir.
He looks up at the guy and he's like, "You're Daddy Warforged now, bitch. Like, you're
Little
my
orphan-
dad."
Little Orphan
the fuck?
Asmir and Daddy Warforged is my new canon.
Great.
Well, not like sexy canon, but like, you know. If we
It can be sexy canon if people want to write fanfic. You're welcome. Thonk
It
X
exists,
Daddy
I'm sure.
Warforged.
All right.
At this
Oh god,
why not?
golly, I'm running out of time. All right. What would normally be stairway trip is just sort of a long exposition thing. Two of the guys kind of pave the way. Where would you like to be in regards to? Dhruv is going to be talking to Doxy. He is going to be keeping her with him because he wants to talk. He's shocked to see her there. Warforged is going to head up the end because he is the bodyguard. And he's going to keep you guys all in sight if possible. So,
Okay.
where would your marching orders like to be? Where would you like to set up?
Ingram first. Go for it, buddy.
Ingram will gladly go first unless Doxy's sneaky, which probably isn't going to happen with the chatty, because Ingram wants to be close to Thonk.
Thonk wants to be close to Ingram. He's like right behind Ingram.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm ready to baseball bat that motherfucker.
Okay.
He actually hasn't done anything wrong yet.
I haven't murdered it. You've done more murdering.
Which makes me more scared.
You've done more murdering than Thonk has.
Okay. You guys are grouping up, presumably behind the first two guys to go down? Or would you like to be in front of them? But regardless, they try and push you out of the way. These two bodyguards.
I'll go.
Yeah.
Okay. So the bodyguard dudes are gonna try and push their way forward though, and make sure that they go in front of you.
Sure.
Okay.
Sure.
So
Let him.
Them two, you two.
Okay.
Dhruv and Doxy.
I'm gonna take the.
Smarmy Gnome.
Smarmy
I'm gonna take a moment to RP.
We're going down the thing.
I'm actually gonna turn to Thonk and I'm gonna say, all right. What is, and he's like really struggling with the fact that he's actually gonna have a conversation with you and ask.
Thonk is worried because you seem stupid as hell.
What do you take of this situation? This makes little sense. We go in there, we fight, but then the fighting stops despite the fact it's what they wanted. We're supposed to find our way in, then they let us in and lead us. They guard the outside and tell us to go in, then they lead us inside and through. I don't know what test it is. I don't know if we've passed or failed. I'm utterly confused at this point. I want to find the goddamn book. I do not mind bleeding or causing others to suffer, but I don't like to bleed at the hands of those that are probably not evil or causing suffering of those that probably aren't evil. This whole thing has a reek to it, worse than you.
Thonk smirks while continuing to walk, obviously. I don't trust a damn person here. That goes for you and the little one. But we want.
I don't even know who that is.
Thonk kind of just shrugs. Point is, I'm in agreement. These people, whoever they are, the machine man, the one that seems to lead them. If they make one wrong move, our action has to be swift and decisive.
Our action. You and I obviously have
opposing
different
views,
outlooks. Can the Lord of Suffering, the God of Mercy, can he really work side by side with Grumsh?
Would your God even exist without those who create suffering in the first place?
Absolutely. He most certainly would. Because suffering happens not just at the hands of those that deliver it, but just in the sheer fact that there is life itself. And he'd be there to ease their pain.
And the suffering would exist, and if suffering exists in life itself,
if you want to get a philosophical conversation, understand this. I end all of them with your bleeding.
And everyone I've ended with just a simple touch of my hand.
Funny, because you're the dead one.
And yet I'll be standing by the side of my God when all is said and done.
It sounds like an awful place to be.
Only if you're not a worshiper.
And how do you worship? Grovel? Beg?
Murder.
Plead? I'm sure.
Slitting of
I'm
throats.
sure you do his bidding.
Killing a mother twice in front of her own child. As he brought her back from the brink, and I slit her throat a second time.
Oh, with that, I'm actually gonna like forearm to his chest, like slam him against like the nearby wall or whatever.
He gets
that. Like have like a white knuckled fist, like ready, like holding myself back, wanting like.
Yeah, Thonk like lets out a breath as you knock him against the wall, but a smirk kind of crawls across his face, and you just kind of, you free me, you send me to my God, I welcome it.
A temporary truce. Can your word be trusted as far as that?
You and I want the same thing. Let's achieve that goal.
I will take an act of kindness as a bonding of your word. I am injured, and there's probably battle to come. Remedy this.
Do I have any healing things prepared?
You're a fucking life cleric, man. I hope so.
Well, I've got my regular like one. Yeah, I've got cure wounds always prepped. Right. So yeah, no. With that, like I actually grasp the arm that's pressed up against me, kind of forcefully. But as I try and pry it at the very least, you're stronger than I am. My hand will glow red, and your wounds will start to mend as I cast Cure Wounds on you. A level 1 spell. Here, have 11 hit points.
Well, you also get other bonuses too, right? Oh, those are all factored in.
Yeah, that's why you got 11 for a level 1 spell.
Absolutely.
Oh. Those are okay.
No.
That's fine.
It's good. It's good stuff.
That's judgment.
It's good stuff. Nope. That was good.
Did he do so?
Yeah, I dropped the healing. Yep, and I as I'm prying your arm off, or at least like I said, attempting to. Your wounds will close.
11 points of them.
Mm-hmm.
I will. I
Taking
nod.
a bit more than that, but it's not too bad.
Only a bit more, because I had just all attacks were doing half damage to me, so I actually only have 2 points of damage left on me.
18 plus 8 or 6?
18 plus 8 divided by 2. Barbarian.
Math. Fuck math. You figure it out. Not my goddamn problem.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I'm not worried about killing you. You're fine.
That's why you said take 18. I was like, I'll take 9, but it's cool.
and with 8, it's 4. It's okay. Wrapped it up?
Yep.
He healed you? All right. Behind you.
I nod and
For
treble.
what you are not hearing, by the way, because you guys are all up in your fucking business. Doxy. Dhruv is here. And he is looking at you and he is so confused right now. He has no idea why you're here, but he's also, like, you can sense that he's very impressed. And that he's pretty fucking into you. So this is a really weird date. But he's like,
Isn't he like super tall? He's like a half elf, or
he's super tall.
I'm 2 feet.
Yeah, and you'd have to look up, but his knees say his knees express a certain empathy. He is leaning down, doing something that is very rare for him to do, to whisper to you just a bit. And he says, I didn't know anyone else was here to, oh god, I have to fucking erudite. Give me a goddamn minute. I didn't know anyone else was here to cleanse this accursed place and these disgusting people. But here you are. Perhaps you are more deep into this than I ever expected. And he smiles. His knees smile.
His
really
knees
gross.
smile. Awkward.
You
Oh
can-
God, what's happening to your knees?
Oh, he has mouths everywhere. This is, I don't know. No.
Doxy kind of looks at him, and she's also kind of curious as to why he's here, but a smidgen comforted that he's here because she's with like 2 strangers who she just met, who she's on a mission with. So it's nice to see a familiar face. And she's like,
Yeah, maybe I am. But what is it that you're doing here?
He stops short for a moment, and the Warforged behind him also stops. And the gnome just keeps going, but then also stops. He's a little slow on the uptake sometimes. He's trying to figure out who to stab. But they kind of stops, and then he continues, and he says, "Wait, why are you here?" And suddenly his smile drops.
Look, I asked first. Winner, winner, chicken dinner.
He's gonna roll an insight on you, or yeah. Actually, no. He's gonna roll an intimidate again.
"Geez, okay."
He's a scary guy. You know, like this weird lord of the underworld. Lucky
Well,
you.
if he's trying to like get in my
He
good graces,
fails.
intimidating me is not gonna do it.
Yeah, well, he failed anyway because it's you, and like you have a way in. So he like tries to be really aggressive, but also knows that like people are paying attention. So all he has to do is like square himself up and then just say, "I am here to take down the Sangor, this cult. What are you doing here?"
Sounds great. I'm cool with that.
Suddenly, that was the most scary laugh I have ever fucking heard coming from my hallway. It was amazing, by the way.
Wait, who's laughing from your hallway?
I don't know. Do you want me to go ask? No, our hallways are very echoey in an apartment building, so just
Okay, I got you.
Oh, gotcha.
fucking laugh, and I was like, Jesus Christ. It's the Yuletide, everybody. So he's digging. I love Druv now. I love Druv and Doxy. I ship them really hard, obviously. He squares up, but also says to you again, he says, "So you're here for different reasons, but they are similar to ours."
Maybe. You know me. I'm in it for the treasure. Gadgets and gadgets are kind of the thing that I'm into.
There will be treasure. And he smiles. His knees smile. It's a sexy all around, really. His toes are grinning.
Does he have like exposed knees, or is he wearing like new formed ripped
Just
armor?
on the knees, yeah. He's you know, in the 90s when and for some reason his knees have mouths. He is approving and also interested. He actually slips you something from his pocket. He's wearing this cloak in order to have sealed his face, but he's already brought that down. And from the depths of his robes, he slips you a gem. It's not the best of gems, but as you mentioned, treasure, this seems to be something that you would know that he would like. He has some cool shit sometimes, and you may have received gifts before, little mysterious things, not unlike this. And he slips. He has one in his fingers, and he sort of motions to put his hand, or slipped it to you around your shoulder. But
She takes
in a way that you can intercept it.
yeah, she takes it and she's like,
Oh, what does it do?
Sparkles. He's sort of put it back by that, so he goes, "Well, it's beautiful. That is all. Unless you know something I don't."
Well, beautiful things do beautiful things, I suppose. I'll see what I can do with it.
and she kind of rummages
He
through.
slips you a really cool Rubik's Cube. No, he gives you puzzles. All of a sudden, he just opens up his cloak like one of those people who like deal in watches that we see in old movies, and it's just like tinker's tools and cool shit. He's like, "What do you want?" No,
That would be her dream.
love me. He gives you a gem.
She takes it and she's just like, she looks at it for a little while and watches it sparkle and then puts it in her
It's got
bag.
facets.
Yeah.
It's fine. He doesn't know how to please you. He's learning. Every goddamn minute, he's learning. So you're walking down together, and so is there any other questions or anything you want to ask? They're like kind of fighting a little bit. He stopped to watch them go at it, and he stops. You hear a whisper from behind, which is the tiny gnome going, "Yes," but it's pretty clear that Thunk and Ingram are not going to kiss. So
No, not this day. Maybe another.
anything else you want to ask them before you get to the bottom?
No, I think I'm good.
Okay. The stairwell is boring. It is worn down the center, as though almost a single file will go up and about. It's almost not used to having 2 people on either side. There is a rusty handrail, and it is rusty. It is wet down here. It is cold, despite the things outside, because the rest of the thing is concrete and stone, and it's very rough. But you can also sense that down at the bottom there is a room, and the room seems to descend. So there is a door, but there is also a roof to it. The 2 first guys do not enter the door. They move off to the floor of said room, of this room. The door that descends down is exactly what Dhruv is looking to walk towards. But you guys are in the front. There is a glow coming from there. There is a warm flow of air that you can see. There's on there, obviously. Ingram, is your sense good and evil?
I have to activate it, and even then, I don't even think it's here. I'll click the button real quick. I have to activate it, which I've already done twice, so I can only do it one more time. Senses noxious odor until the end of your next turn. So it's one of those, like, it'll end quickly after that.
So it actually is quite short. Okay, I've had that before, and I guess out of combat it lasts a little longer. But
in older editions, it was like a longer, or like you could spam it every round if you wanted to. But in this edition, I can only do it 3 times. I did it twice already.
Yeah, it's a spell, so you can only do it a couple times. So the door is there. There is a glow emanating from beyond it. Definitely people. It definitely seems warmer. And
I'd like to go into stealth mode.
Absolutely. You are now stealth.
Woot.
Dhruv was like, the fuck? No, he's not. He kind of gets it that's like your jam.
Should I roll?
Works with rogues. No, don't.
Okay.
You can take a 20. You're out of combat right now, and you can do whatever it takes. You can paste leaves on yourself or something to make you more stealthy. You can become concrete. Actually, you're a rock gnome. Yes. You blend in with the stairs.
I am a rock gnome. It's true.
Yes. See? Always thinking this one. Who wants to open the door?
Ingram is the door opener. It's one of those things where he's like, he's not afraid of pain, so.
Great. I have to look at my notes again because this is about to be properly Act 3, so we got to get over to this. All right. You open the door.
Of course.
A wash of warm air comes in. The door opens inward, by the way. So
cool. So can I turn the knob and push then instead of just like walking in? He's not smart, but he has experience.
Yes. So you walk in.
Well, push. Nothing happens.
No.
I look in first, but then I'll walk in if nothing seems. So what do I see when I push it? Look in.
As you open up this door, it is a well-lit room with many torches. It's almost hot, comparatively speaking. The walls it is a circular room. It is not quite big. The entirety of it might be only 30 to 40 feet. It is cozy. It is clearly what we would consider almost to be an office. There are, sorry, let me actually look at my notes. I should have done this before. My bad. Oops, I changed that, I guess. Nope, that's true. Everything is in rich golden colors, browns. There's no rock to be seen here. It is mostly gilded. It is warm mahogany, almost like a study. There's thick velvet curtains in so many places, and beautiful brocade. There are a lot of shelves, either sometimes built into the wall or otherwise arranged. A lot of them have things on them like old scrolls, some trinkets, some objects, artifacts, as you may see, some books even. But they seem to be not a collection of just random myriad things. Not at all like the archive that you guys had seen before. That had all books in it, no matter what. These are all exquisitely kept, and they seem to be highly curated, such as there is a lot of blank spaces in these shelves. These scrolls are not thoroughly organized, but it is clear that it's not just every fucking scroll comes here. This is a very specialized area full of things that are special to this person. You don't see the people who are in it so much, but you can sense it. The only person that you see directly right in front of you, behind a desk, a table, is a, let's say, 40-year-old human woman. She has bright golden hair. She looks magisterial in a moment, but in her look at you, Ingram, the person who is walking in her door, her face freezes, and you can tell that her hospitable nature, hospitality, can only extend so far. She doesn't quite see the people behind you yet. Her gown is one of the most beautiful things you might have ever seen. It flows from her. And what you can see is that it actually, on this beautiful, sometimes thin silk, mostly in like colored linen, along with deep, beautiful crimson reds, there is a family tree that is there. You can see these branches coming off and names scripted onto it, and she wears it proudly upon her body. She, with her frozen face, she regards you, and almost waits, but says, "You are no angel. You have the look of a demon."
It's because I've been through a few things. Despite that, I'm here not to harm you or to bring any threats. I'm here because I was sent on a task to retrieve a book. I was sent on a task by a creature that was seemingly good. Are you also a goodly creature, or are you a demon yourself? And I'll use my last divine sense.
Divine sense. Oh, thank you for pushing that on me again. I have to actually look at this for just a moment. You sense good that does evil.
That's me.
Sense a piety. You sense a strong moral and lawful desire that will do anything to get what it wants. In other words, what you did not hear from what Doxy, who I don't think can hear or see at this moment, she can probably hear what you guys are saying. What Doxy heard from Dhruv is true, that this is something of a cult. Okay, again, I'm going to remind you guys that you are here to find not the book. You've seen the book. You're here to find an object that controls the book and bring it back with you. And that Doxy... Kitty! Kitty! Oh, I love your cat so much, honey. What a sweet darling. Sorry, we always have to get a kitty right. So you see in front of you a room full of such things that could be this factor, this relic, this thing that you are meant to get. Everyone else, have you moved into the room yet? You hear him talking.
I was actually going to say something to Nika, to Maggie before I realized that she was saying something to me, but I don't know if it's too late for that or.
Well, you can speak, but you don't know where I am.
Yeah. Because Because when I say that to her, if she doesn't say anything in response, I would turn back to Doxy and say, "Hey, little one, Doxy, it is. This is a room full of things that are more of your interest than mine."
Yeah, she's already stealthed, so.
She's stealthed. You did. Yeah. Nobody quite sees her.
Yeah. So my plan is to just kind of go in and look around for whatever it is that we're looking for.
And Thonk, you just moving with the group?
Yep. As soon as like.
You're right behind him.
Yeah, I'm basically behind Ingram. After he's done kind of talking, I'll also step in and kind of just scan the room. You know, taking in what you've already described.
Behind you.
Okay.
The bodyguards stay outside. The Warforged kind of plants himself at the door. So it's just the four of you, but visibly only three. Druv with his hood off looks like a half elf, except he's not a good looking. He's a good looking guy, but he's not at all. He registers on the good and evil scale, like the sense, divine sense thing, and it's not a comfortable one that you're seeing. Suddenly, her demeanor goes from frozen and compliant to outright rage. And she screams at you and at her invisible guards, who now all show up. There are four of them. They were hidden behind some of the curtains, but now there are four intricately patterned, but still wearing only leather armor guards who have a shield, a small sword, nothing super high tech or anything, who have jumped out. And she says, "This place must be torn down by your impure blood. I have made this what it is. This is a sanctuary. You will not be here long." They start to attack.
I mean, Ingram does not have his weapon drawn, does not seem like he intends to fight or anything as they start like pushing forward. It's one of those, I mean, he thinks it's a test. He's not here to kill innocents. So if this is if this is a test, he's here to,
Okay, but everyone else needs to roll initiative.
I mean, I'll roll initiative because technically if I get hit, you know, but.
Sure.
Sure. All right.
Ha 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 ha.
Nice.
So I guess on my turn, I
7.
prepare an action instead, since I actually rolled well in initiative once ever.
Yeah, you're holding.
Prepare an action to hit somebody if they hit me.
Should the rest of us roll initiative?
Yeah, Doxy.
Okay.
All right.
Right behind you, as always.
Dhruv pushes his way into this room, and before anyone else even has a chance to react, he is readied up a spell and tries to blast this woman. One of the hidden guards on the right jumps into this beam and says, "You will not hit the Grand Matron beacon." And was that enough to hit him? Yeah. Oh yeah. Fuck yeah. It super was. Oh my god. This guy's gonna get murdered. So murdered. Okay. He takes like another one on that actually. Okay. This guy takes the full brunt of the blast, or at least like it hits him and skews off, hitting one of seems to be like a sort of like fire beam or firebolt spell, hitting this guy, ricocheting off and attaching to one of the velvet curtains, which starts to smolder and catch fire.
Damn.
This guy seems to be hurt, but he's still fine. Next up is you readied in action. Good. The two guards one of them is going to attack. That is not going to hit at all. One of them swings at trying to remember his name all of a sudden. Thonk.
Thunk.
No, they'll hit.
Actually, what is your AC left?
My AC is a fucking 10, so he'll hit.
Oh, he hits you!
Oh yeah.
Oh man. Okay. Okay.
That's fine.
You take 7 points of damage.
Okay.
He's got you, and he goes.
Got it.
So he just kind of like jabs at you, like kind of gets you in the torso area, because it's so open and so
Fleshy.
nipply.
Yeah, I'm nipply. Yep,
Fleshy.
exactly.
Yeah, that's what I meant to say instead I said nipples. Other guy is going to go for. He does not hit Ingram in any way particularly. Let's see who is up next. Actually, oh wow, the other guy goes. Whew, okay. He crit on Ingram, and that's
Ingram's not raging right now, so this actually hurts. Because he didn't. He thought this was a test. He didn't think they were actually hitting him.
Yeah, he's gonna kind of like fuck you up and hit you for 15.
Okay, I take 15.
He's not going to slash. He is literally going to try and like jab into you and push you backwards. So it gets you right under the clavicle, in that meaty part right here, and pushes you like 2 steps or so back.
Okay.
But he's going right where he can.
I'll make my attack that I prepared for in case anybody attacked me. So that'd be this one right here. It's a 24 chance to hit.
24. Yeah, you hit.
I'm gonna re-roll my damage because I don't like it. So instead, I'm gonna do 7 plus 7 is 14 points of damage.
You retaliate as he pushes you back. You do move back, but instead pivot with your right arm, clipping him very strong with your great sword. It hits him more or less in the back, so it kind of brings him even closer to you, almost a grappling style. But pow, it does hit his shoulder and dig in. You see a fair amount of blood blossoming on his back. It's also quite hard to see because a lot of their clothing is so red and beige and white and ivory that it's hard to tell where the crimson pattern is of his cloak or where it is blood. Now, let's see, Thonk.
So can I reach the woman?
Yeah, you can rush up and get her. Yeah, for sure.
I'm going in for I'm gonna just fucking try and smack her as hard as I can with my inflict wounds. Let's go. All right.
Cool. Inflict wounds.
Oh god damn it! I rolled a 12. No, I don't hit. I'm assuming.
Not armored.
It's up to you. Does a 12 hit or no?
A 12 it's actually like legitimately her armor class. Is like a 12.
That's okay. Then if that's it, then I'm gonna. Okay, well let's do a ton of damage.
Thunk bug, baby. Thunk bug, baby. Oh shit.
40 damage.
I did thonk, and I felt really bad about myself. Like I hate that song.
He has the bad touch. That's what I'm saying.
I have the naughty touch.
People.
This is my only move.
Yeah, this is his only move. And if he fails it, he just gets killed.
No.
I mean, it's true.
She's not looking good. What kind of?
I didn't think she looked good to begin with. So
That's a 4th level.
Talk me through this.
That was a 4th level inflict wounds.
All right, talk me through what this looks like.
Oh,
It's actually
my God.
it's rather simple actually. Like he'll take a few quick steps with his hand like by his side, glowing and pulsing a rather bright red, and with a swift movement, he just kind of grips her right by the neck, and just you see the life literally start to drain from her. The color from her face goes pale as his arm kind of grows a brighter red as he just literally is draining her life. Pure evil pulses forth. Yeah, right here.
Okay, I'll allow it from the neck. She does push away after that, or at least someone else extricates her from your touch, because she is well protected, and you only just hit her.
Yeah. I rolled really poorly.
So you got her around the neck for a split second, but it already did so much. You are leeching the life out of her. She's pissed. She screams
What?
And then goes completely silent.
It's so hard to be racist. I forget how to be racist sometimes.
All we heard was, and then she screams, and then you're like, it's so hard to be racist.
I can't
This is
figure
like a
what
big
she's
gap.
gonna say.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, we're lagging.
No, it's fine. It was just awesome. Remark. Oh, clip it, please, clip it. Oh my God, please clip it.
I don't know why that's funny.
You'll see later.
Is that
That long silence of lag followed by, I forgot how to be racist.
That was only partially lag. A lot of it was just me trying to figure out what to say. So like it was legitimately me staring and going.
That was so good though. That was so good. That was so good. Oh my God! Just like the timing. It was just like timing you could not match ever again. Oh fuck. My God. Oh, okay.
She was good.
I don't know what's happening. Your internet.
Something racist goes here. She goes up. Filthy blood, how dare you put your hands upon this sacred flesh, and like push you off, and she steps backwards. She looks again at Ingram. I killed Mathis.
No, I'm good. I'm here.
Mathis is dead.
I was
I'm
laughing.
also lagging really bad right now, so this is actually kind of great. Okay, so I still hear you, so that's fine. That's fine. But you guys are all frozen to me.
Show is cursed.
Thursdays, man.
Yeah.
Thursday is just cursed.
Always Thursdays. Yeah. But. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. Yeah. So she says your impure touch should not this sacred flesh. You are pushed off.
Yeah.
The fire on the wall begins to spread. Doxy, it is your turn.
Okay, so I'm sneaking in, and I guess there's madness happening. Doxy's gonna quick look around the room, investigation-wise, to see if she can find this thing that she needs.
Yes, absolutely. Thank God for you. I was afraid that everyone was just going to murder someone and not actually look for the object. Will you give me an investigation or arcana check? Actually,
give you arcana and investigation?
Both.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Investigation-wise, what you are seeing, in a certain way, and especially with the arcana check, you can tell that there are, where are my notes, that is amount of groups of things that you can sense have fingers, you can sense have an incredible value. More than the rest of this room. The rest of the room is almost curated and whatnot. But there is a pile of old scrolls. There are a few trinkets from a few trinkets that are sitting on a desk over on the side, and a few books stacked up over to the right. Along with that, you can sense that her dress is one of immeasurable power. One of the strongest things in the room. if you're sensing, like, you know, what is it, sense magic object or something, you're kind of getting the general feel through your trinketry that there are a few places where those are hotbeds of something is very special in here.
Okay. I guess I'll go. What is it exactly that I'm looking for? I'm looking for a key.
It is an object. You do not know what. One
Okay.
that will control the book.
An object that will control the book. The Doxy immediately thinks that something that could control a book is usually a quill of some sort. And having seen that the person's name was Quill, who hired them for this. By hired, I mean like basically told them that we're doing this. She's looking for something like that, but she'll go into the first pile that's nearest to her and kind of search through it. And
this pile of scrolls.
Sure, if that's the closest thing to her, yeah.
Yeah. Closest thing to her on the left side is scrolls, trinkets spread across the desk, almost nearly in front, and then some books on the right, along with her dress that she's wearing. So, all of them have, or at least have, some kind of highly magical item within them, and so the difficulty is finding.
Okay.
Okay.
And I also have thief fast hands, so I can do this while also doing other things.
Will you sleight of hand something for me, please?
Yeah. 25.
With the despite the limited investigation in Arcana, even though you can kind of sense that there's power coming from it, you just kind of blindly grab the thing in this group of the scrolls that are nicely sort of. I am so distracted by your cat right now. That is a blipped out feline. Are you seeing this?
He's just been like chilling this whole time. I don't know.
I know, it's so cute. I'm fucking dying. Cat now, so I feel like I'm okay. I'm not like crying. But that cat is just made of beautiful. So yeah. Of the scrolls, you can pick out one. One almost the direct and bottom center. So it's like if it's almost a pyramid of scrolls. You pick out one and pocket it easily. In fact, it seems to be one of the ones that has the most. You may, instead of any other senses, or relying on touch. And this was the one that kind of made you tingle the most. You put that.
Okay.
That I'm gonna say that's the end of your turn.
Yeah, sure. I imagine it's like she's hiding, and then you know, like that cat box that has like the hand that comes out and it like goes out and it grabs it and it goes away. Yeah. Like I imagine she's like under the table, grabs the scroll,
Absolutely.
and then like hides it back in.
Yeah, it just. Yeah, no, that's perfect. In fact. Like kind of like reached up and was like, yeah, this the good shit. That would be amazing. I am lagging super bad. Is everyone okay? Can you still hear me?
For the most part.
yeah,
Okay,
you
good.
can.
Yeah, you like break up
Sorry,
and then it catches
what's
up.
happening at the end? Apparently everyone in my building right now is downloading porn. It's like porn season, probably. It's Thursday. It's beginning of the weekend.
It is
Okay,
1:17.
yes.
This is the time to watch porn while your spouse is sleeping.
Very true.
It's 10:17 here, which is why there was raucous
It's
laughter
time to
happening.
watch porn while your spouse is awake, but you're hiding in the bathroom.
Oh, it's 4 o'clock.
What?
In
Are
my
you
building.
speaking from experience?
yeah.
I don't understand. He's
I
like,
mean, he hides his Reese's egg. What else are you hiding?
Candy is all I need to hide in my house.
At the top.
Is it my turn?
No. Dhruv once again moves forward. Are we? Wow, we're super laggy. I can't quite hear. I'm just gonna keep going. All right. Dhruv moves forward. Tries to fire off another spell with his other hand. He tries to do kind of a swiping motion, but instead it just hits the ceiling, which is again also adorned with brocade. The fire that has been on this side is growing and now adds more. It is, if it was hot before, it is becoming incredibly hot now. So things are about to get real fiery in here. Let's see. Actually, Ingram, it's your turn. What you wanna do, boy?
That bitch dead yet? Nah. Let's make this happen.
No, she's alive. She's
All
fine.
right. Cool.
She's not
First-
doing great, but she's fine.
That's fine. First we rage, and then we hit her. So I'm gonna
like
swing
a
her.
royal?
Bleeding all over her magical, beautiful dress.
Yeah, I mean,
Everything's fine.
I'm going to trust Thunk's judgment on this one because she came off as doing lots of evil shit. So does a 20 hit her? I assume so, since a 12 did. I'm gonna re-roll that 2 and hope it doesn't bite me in the ass.
Oh my god, I'm lagging
4.
so bad. I am so sorry, everyone who is here and watching and etc.
Well, we are
15.
running towards the end. We are running over about 20 minutes or so.
It's okay, Mathis. I'm doing 21 points of damage to her.
All right,
After
that
he
works.
did his 40. Is she still up?
Did you hit her with your sword?
21 points of damage after he did his 40. Yep.
She collapses. But there is almost an inhuman moment where she gathers herself back up. And looks whole again. And she is the only one of this group who can. She's shining. Her frightfully pale skin is glowing in a certain way. And you can imagine that in this place, she is immortal. But she is also not the one attacking.
Perfect.
Her,
That sounds great.
her other guys.
She's immortal in
her-
this place. I'm going to athletics check to grapple her. Ah,
Okay.
I rolled shitty. Do I successfully grapple her with an 11 athletics? It's going to be opposed by her athletics or acrobatics because I'm going to drag this bitch out.
She opposed okay. She rolled
Nah.
well.
That's fine. I got another turn.
But there's, yeah, in this, she is, you have found the this place and it is her. And, all right, after this, we have 3 footmen. Did someone die? Oh no. Oh, that's bad. Let me try again. Oh, that's so bad. Okay, one of the footmen lunges at you, actually lunges at Thonk because you very rudely took some of the life essence from his matron, but instead he stumbles and falls headfirst into one of the velvet drapes, which are on fire. He starts to take damage from that. The second one goes after you, Ingram. Absolutely does not hit. Swings, missed, strike, you're out.
Okay.
All right, it is back to Thunk.
So Doxy has what we need, right?
I don't know. There's 2 more piles that I need to go through,
There are.
and there's a dress that could
If
be
you,
the
if you
key. I don't know.
wanted to, with that, an investigation check would help you here
An
to
investigation.
figure out what the object is that you need to.
All right,
figure out.
investigation is absolute garbage, but I'll give a roll. Let's try. Hey, natural 20! Woo!
Oh, damn. I can never get over the camera freezes.
All right. I'm still lagging. You guys sound. We're gonna get through this. You guys.
We good? We good? Hey, you're back. All right.
I'm around. It's very laggy.
It's okay.
I'm dealing with it. I can still hear you guys mostly okay, but it sometimes happens all at once. With the 20 investigation, again, you also see that there are 3 things or 4 things, 4 areas of this room. Actually, you get to more specifically. You get to see the actual objects in the room, which seem to have a sort of aura. One of them just disappeared. You presume it's because Doxy took it, because you know that she is hidden somewhere in here, or at least something took it. So it's hoping that it's Doxy. The other 2, that there are a few trinkets arranged lovely on a desk that is somewhat next to this lady, of which her name is Beacon, of which you are standing really close to. So the shelf of trinkets, and on the right hand side some books. Also in front of you, you can sense an incredible power emanating from her dress.
If it's the freaking dress, it's gonna be so.
I mean, Ingram's not about to strip a girl. Like he'll kill her, but he's not gonna strip her. Like there's like lines, you know.
Well, I'll take her dress off.
Yeah, me
That's
too.
fine.
Whatever.
You get the nimble fingers. You know what I'm saying?
With
You
a
just do like
21,
that
you can
Joey, like, you know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm.
If you don't get it, I'm sorry that you don't watch Friends.
Yuletide gay. About this, with a 21, will you do a wisdom check for me?
Wisdom, absolutely. That is my best roll. Come on, baby, don't fuck me. 18.
Wisdom. Do a wisdom.
Yeah, 18. 1-8. 1-8.
With joy.
Oh, what?
Yeah, 18. But despite being something that you, having touched the dress, you can tell that it is of immense power. But that is not it.
Okay.
It is one of these trinkets on the desk, and you can tell which one it is. You can almost sense it in your fingers.
I will, if I can, immediately scoop up that object if possible.
I will say yes. We're running short on time, so yes, absolutely. You scoop it into your. I'm gonna say give a sleight of hand for that.
Sure. Not my strongest roll. 9.
But I see you going for that.
A 9 doesn't quite do it. She puts her hand on yours and says, or she doesn't. Ooh, I like this better. She takes another one of the trinkets, which happens to be like the maul of a morning star. Just this thing, not the actual like weapon itself. And she jams it onto your hand.
Okay.
Let's see if he does any. Oh shit! Yeah, girl. Okay. Let's do this. You take 4 points of damage just from her jamming your hand on, and says like, "You with your impure blood will never touch this place." So she's saying no to this particular thing of which you are grabbing.
No touch it.
No touches. Thonk will just kind of shout out to everybody, and let's say, "That's what we need." You know, it's like the thing that I'm trying to grab, whatever the
I already
object is.
picked up on that before.
She
Yeah.
screeches like a fucking bird. Give me your hand again. Doxy, you're up, right?
Do it up, grab it.
Is Ingram before me? Or oh no, I'm after. Okay. Yeah, so I'm gonna go over. I've been watching, and I knew before I started moving.
No, yeah.
I started moving before he even had mentioned that that's the item because I saw him going for it, and I'm gonna try to sleight of hand that. And I don't know if I can get like. I don't know if I can get like 2 tries because that's the wrong thing because I have fast hands, but we're gonna try.
Do it.
All right, sleight of hands.
17.
You don't even need to. You got it.
Sweet.
They're all distracted.
I have the trinket.
Now pop the fucking feather.
Cat box.
Yeah, I can use that. I can do that as a bonus action. So bonus action, pull the trinket, put it in my bag, pull out the jar of feather, the jar with the feather in it, and run up and yell at both Ingram and
Thonk.
As long as they're in your general vicinity, like very close by, you should be able to port with them if you want.
Okay, I get in the middle and I say,
"We're out of here."
And I open the jar and I take out the feather.
Got him.
I want to be a part of this touch club.
Touch club.
We've started a lot of weird memes tonight, and I like them. All right, you crush that feather. It is so delicate. You can already tell that it's been jostled. You as soon as you even open it up, in that moment that is spent in that jar, it already looked like just like it was dusting itself. And you grab it, and all of you are ported out of this place again. Actually, that's a bad idea, but it worked, so that's fine. You are brought back to this area. Shit. That's interesting. Okay. You guys are going to be the ones to play this out now. Because all three of you are in a planar zone with something that controls the book, but the book itself is still there. You can now move it, but you would have to go back to get it. Just to that alleyway. They can port you back and just, like, snag it up if you want to, but you have just now, like, reached this place again.
Okay, so is the wisp there?
Yeah, Quill's here.
Okay.
Hello. You made it. Wait,
Well,
what?
we got good news and we got bad news. Which one do you want first?
I prefer never to hear bad news, but sure.
Well, unfortunately for you, that's how it's gonna roll. So beggars can't be choosers.
Exactly, so why are you allowing me to choose?
Well, just choose. Come on.
Fucking the bad, I guess. Whatever.
All right. Well, bad news is we kind of need to get back to the book. The good news is...
Yow! You're in the alleyway.
She did start saying the good news and didn't get to finish.
Three constitution rolls.
Oh shit. Oh yeah, I forgot.
You guys have been teleporting a lot right now.
Same as always.
Thunk vomits.
Oh, that was about time.
Ingram also vomits. You guys are kind of puking in a corner. Doxy, who does just okay, feels a lot of vertigo. There's no way to bring you back up.
Ugh.
But you didn't screw it up. But in your hand again, you feel as this book, on top of the book that you have just grabbed, there is another feather there.
Ooh, okay. I snatch up the book and I hit the feather again.
All right, you hit it. You are back up in that interplanar thing, and he goes, "Well, is that good news now?"
Yeah.
Quill's a sassy bitch now. I never expected that. Quill, quote unquote, sassy.
Before I hand this over, what's the deal with the book?
The book? It's ours now. It needs to be here for the safety of humanity, for all kind.
We've done our task. Am I to be free and sent to my god's realm?
I can't tell you about that, but I can tell you.
And again, looks at the book. The book is scribbling like crazy. The best part is that when you look at this, you see all of the words glowing, but some of them are just shining so bright, so beautifully. And you realize it's your names that are in there. Anytime it references one of the things on this journey, on this this experience that you had, they're all listed there, and you can see yourself going into legitimately the history books, and not just the history books, the histories books. The things that you have done have resonated so strongly that they might not be heard on any mortal plane. Almost any god would have heard about them from now on. You have written yourselves into almost a mythology that will exist just by bringing this back. The incredible amount of glory that can be given to you by almost being immortal, the immortality of being a hero. And
Quill's like, "Is that good enough? Because that's all I can give you, and you guys are like kind of jerks anyway, so whatever."
What? You're gonna call me a jerk? I just...
Like, she's just so upset because she just worked so hard to get this damn thing, and now she's being just, like, made fun of.
He would give it to you, and it's like, never, that's fine, good, thanks. This is lovely, and you guys are all very special.
Thonk just looks around, he's like, then free me from this place.
All right.
Where do you want to go? Where were you before?
Faerun.
Brings you back to Faerun. You might be dead when you get there. He can't exactly.
I fully
do that,
expect
but,
Thonk's like last gasp of breath.
Thonk arrives back in his coffin. Revived. This is canon. He comes
No.
back.
You guys still don't
and
know
then dies
what
suddenly.
happened to Thonk. I know what happened to Thonk, but nobody else does yet. I do, and maybe one day we'll find out. Maybe we never will.
Did you guys want to fight?
Oh, I do not have time. I have to wake up in less than 4 hours, and I still have to go lie on a
Sick
Yeah.
baby's
with a
crib.
crying baby. So there is
More or
no
less
time
that
for
off.
that. So we're gonna have to wrap this up, of course.
Oh, hello.
Mathis, take
Oh,
it away.
it's already over.
Oh, okay, cool.
Quill, thank you. Okay. One more second. Quill thanks all of you. He didn't exactly send you from the deepest of his wispy soul. Says,
You are now all heroes, and hopefully,
and he looks again. Hates her, but he likes her.
he's hopefully, if you are ever called again to do this service to the entirety of history and the people who keep the stories of our time, that we will know that you are the ones that we can call on.
And then he says, "Okay, bye," and whoosh, you are out of this world once again.
We're like a party at Doctor Who's.
Just so many Doctor Who's.
I barely watched the season, so I don't entirely get that reference.
You're a
'cause
terrible
I like good
person.
TV.
No, you're wrong.
I like good TV and not weird farting creatures.
How
that
get
go,
out?
"Ah!" and stupid robot things that make obnoxious noises. So, sorry.
Anyway, it's over. Yay!
There's that family of long-fingered green things that smell like farts and fart a lot.
Oh, that was one episode. Yeah.
Sure.
Like the Squeeze
Terrible.
or something?
Yeah,
Terrible
something like
show.
that.
Terrible
You're offending
show.
all of chat. You're
Awful,
offending all of
awful
chat.
Actors,
God,
terrible
no,
show,
no, David
no
Tennant.
plot,
No, David
no
Tennant
plot.
is
I never
so
saw
good.
David Tennant as Doctor Who. 'cause
Oh, you gotta
saw-
watch it.
I saw the guy who I actually enjoy as an actor. He was in like a bunch of things that I enjoy. I think he was like Voldemort or something. I don't know. Doesn't matter. And it was like a terrible show. And I
You're
was
the
like,
one who said that you're out of time.
Yeah.
Stop talking about fucking Doctor Who.
yeah.
Well, thank you, Nika, for a wonderful Yuletide holiday special one-shot where I got to bring back Thonk, and that was fun as hell. And Ingram and Thonk got to participate. We'll go around the room. I know Scott's got to crying baby.
How am I going to kill Thonk? We're going to figure this out soon, Mathis. We'll figure it out.
I'm
Go ahead.
fine. Nika, since you were the DM, where can people find you? What do you have going on this week?
That is an awesome
I
freeze
tried
frame.
my best.
This is an awesome freeze frame.
I'm lagging so bad. I'm just gonna start talking. Christmas. It's fine. We're doing that. That's it. That's really most
Holidays.
of what I'm doing. I have other projects that I'm going to resurrect very soon, but we'll get there when we get there. Again, actually, thank you guys all so much for. It's fun to be here with very knowledgeable people who all know their own characters so very well, and that I can just step away sometimes and just watch. It's really good.
That's some of the best
So,
parts of D&D, I think.
It's really good. Yeah, I like
Yeah.
it.
Awesome. Maggie, what about you? What you got going on this week?
For the sake of time, to keep things quick, thank you so much, Nika, for putting this together so quickly. I really appreciated it. It was fun to see Thonk and Ingram again and play a new character myself here. And I hope you guys enjoyed it. And you can check out my stuff over at margaretcrone.com. I have all my social media there. It's super easy to find me, Margaret Crone, in all the places. I have a lot of things planned. I'll be streaming a lot during the holidays, as well as in the future. There's going to be a lot of stuff coming as well.
Awesome. Scott, what about you, brother?
If you're curious about where Ingram came from, what campaign that came from, actually, it was a 3-shot that we did over on twitch.tv/DaleRick that just ended this past Monday. It was DM'd by my little brother Eric and PC'd by Maggie, myself, and my buddy Ollie. So that was a lot of fun. We got a couple of campaigns going, including tomorrow night, Friday night, starting at 9:30 p.m. EST. We have our Everon show. Oh my God, that show has so much fire happening. The other Discord that I'm a part of, there's constant arguing in the Discord and viewers getting in on the argument. In the Skype, I literally will open up a Skype chat for that specific show, and there'll be like 100 messages of like players like arguing with one another or plot scheming with one another. I'm like, I can't even keep up with this. I need a life. It is an interesting Eberron plot that we have going on. So if you're not familiar with it, you can find it on YouTube and catch up and be familiar with it, because holy fuck.
Good.
And Delric, Google.
Yeah. Easy enough. And the show itself, you can tweet at us at Lost in It Show, subreddit link down below, all that good stuff. We'll be back next Wednesday. That's the plan anyway. Show up next Wednesday. We got some stuff we want to talk about with you guys before we start the show. Thank you again, Nika, so much. That was so much fun for such 45 minutes to throw that together. That was great.
Thank you. Super. It was less than 45 minutes. It was like, because we were like, can you do it? And she's like, yeah, fuck it. My internet's being a little weird, but I'd be more than happy to. Hold on. I have to go get something first. Came back and did it in like half an hour. So very much appreciated.
Impressive.
All of it, theater of the mind. It was great.
For this reason, like I literally have just set aside tiny little campaigns that I can write just on a whim. You
put stuff together, you said, for conventions and whatnot, right? So it's one of those you could sit down and DM at conventions and whatnot. So that's kind of one of the things we went through.
When everyone else is cool and going to parties, I'm just like the one going like, hold the fuck up. I have 6 sets of dice that I bring with me everywhere. Sit the fuck down. We're going to play legitimately like this campaign.
That's
I do have one more thing to say.
My kind of party.
Oh, it's so good. We're drinking like expensive hotel booze, and I'm like yelling at people for like 2 hours. It's great.
Shots up, dice down.
I first tried this with a group of people who didn't know each other, who had just started new characters and everything, and it was like super great. It was a one-shot, really awesome experienced players. In the very end, when they met Beacon, one of the guys who had the feather grabbed her, took the feather, and booked it.
Damn.
And like that was it. Like they had to fight out the rest of the fight, and I was like, I'm gonna let you do this, but this is fucked up. So he just took the big bad and like assumed that her dress or she was the one that they were after. It was not the case. They appreciated it because they're creepy people up there in the history. But it was like. And I was like, you just broke the game? Fuck it. Yes, you do that. You're going to have to sit out for the next 30 minutes while everyone else figures out their shit.
That's
awesome.
And
they did. Eventually made it back there and everything. And it was so much fun. And so it's like, yeah, that was the like maiden voyage of that particular quest. Nothing you could do could be more destructive than that.
Nope.
And it turns out that you guys actually nailed it. So like,
we did it.
Good job, everybody.
Well, thank you again. Thank you guys for watching. This VOD will be immediately available for all the subscribers to check it out. It'll be available on my YouTube channel in a couple of days. If you want to go check that out, we'll see you on the 27th. Goodbye.